I can only put paper between so many things.
Apparently, it's a great solution. If you don't want to have a kid, just put some paper down there.
How do they get wool to be that thin?
I'd lie with you any day, mate.
A year in our back pocket.
Oh, nice.
Look at that. And there's just little stuff like that that's like, you get more advantages as you get the momentum, and it kind of like actually impacts the game.
And tell me, what is a hike?
Open chasm.
An open chasm.
Just that? And I'm done.
Wish Will a happy birthday. He turns 8.
Oh, there's someone behind you.
Who is this banana? Oh my god, it's Steph again. It's Steph again.
You know what? I didn't see Bajo there.
But he's dead.
He's dead.
Hello, he's dead. Welcome to Back Pocket for Thursday, the 26th of August, live from the LokiCat studios. Tonight at Back Pocket, lots of games, tons of party time, quite a few dunks. But I won't be dunking alone, so I am joined by...
Swish, 3-pointer, Gus. I don't know if we're doing basketball thing. Is that a thing? Sure. Basketball thing? Let's go with that. And with me...
Is Stephanie, who thinks basketball is a strange game that lets you move with the ball, because I grew up with netball, where you must stand still with the ball at all times.
Fair enough.
Netball. Good spot. And I'm Peter. And tonight I am dressed by a little bit of Coastal City, a little bit of Nicrotex. This is the Coastal City Nicrotex partnership line that you'll find on Redbubble. And
I love it.
How could I not?
Nice.
And all the proceeds go to a good cause as well. So I can't remember the exact organization.
I thought you'd say to Nicrotex.
Nicrotex? Is that the organization?
It's not Nicrotex or Coastal City. So
well, someone's getting screwed in that.
all the proceeds go to Redbubble.
It's a worthy cause.
Steph, wonderful jumper as well.
Aspect
and
of
nice,
Thank you.
and nice lipstick choice as well. This is a little
It's because I couldn't be bothered to do anything fun with my eyes. And so when that happens, you choose a bold lip.
You draw attention.
A bold lip.
I will say, speaking of bold lips,
Nothing about me. That's cool. Moving on.
I do want to talk though about the idea that you think basketball is a strange game when netball is a game where you have to stop moving when you get the ball, which is the opposite of literally every other ball sport.
But that's how I was conditioned. When you have the ball, you stand still with it. And it was like, and you get yelled at so intensely, stepping goal attack. Stepping.
You can't break.
It's like that is like, you
That's
know.
triggered something. That's very much...
Yeah, so when somebody passes me a ball, all I do is just stand really still with it. And then I pivot like this.
Yeah. That was
That's
a
the thing, man.
serious
You're
humble
allowed
brag,
on
though.
one leg.
You're allowed to lift one foot.
Yeah. That was some
One
serious
foot
humble
only.
brag, though.
Why is that?
Goal attack.
Oh, okay.
Come on. Best spot on the field.
Yeah, it was pretty
Best
good.
player, number
I wasn't
one.
good at goal attack. It was just like, you know,
Right.
when you're sort of playing in school, they're just like, she'll be fine.
Yeah.
Whatever.
You know
I don't
what
care
they
about
shouldn't
this.
have done that with? Every other sport, that's fine. When you do like house sports and they're like, hey, you never played this one before, give it a shot. Hockey, no. Don't give people who don't know how to swing sticks a bunch of sticks and run around and like no shin pads. House hockey was death for us. It was like there were the 3 people on your team who played it and knew what they were doing. Everyone else is swinging for heads. Everyone else is flicking it in the air. It was no.
When you said house hockey, I assumed you were playing hockey in the Ronald McMansion, but you meant schoolhouse.
I was more of your Gryffindor versus
Right, yeah. That's totally what I was thinking as well.
I was like, how
house
big was your
hockey?
living room?
And also, like, are you used to going over to friends' houses and they're like, okay, we're going to play hockey now, and you may not know the
more
rules.
of a polo
and there's no shin
friendship
pads.
group I circled in.
Yeah.
No, that makes sense.
But always make sure to put shin pads on your horse. It's only humane. So, yeah.
Okay, good. Well, that's the 4 of us, and we're also joined by one other person on the. He's not even on the 1s and 2s anymore. He just kind of sits there, and that's how he's been spending this entire year of his life. But it is a special day in this boy's life because it is Little Will's birthday. A happy birthday to Little Will!
Happy birthday!
Good guess.
Happy birthday.
I had a party popper. I was sent a party popper by
I
Will's
have
mate.
so many
Oh,
of
no,
them
there
that
is.
I don't
There it
use.
is. There we
Some
go.
party poppers,
Oh,
Party blower, mate.
Your mic
blower.
cuts out. Your mic cuts out
didn't
the
cut out-
sound.
It's for the audience.
Cut out in VMix.
It's not for us.
Yeah.
For us, it
Just
was
for
really
VMix.
sad. It just went
And
silent.
just as a basketball fact, the only person that's ever called me Bill was the basketball coach that I had for a day because I decided that asthma was too much for basketball. And he said,
Yep.
"What do you want? Are you William? Are you Will? Are you Bill?" And I'm like, "No one's ever called me Bill." And he goes, "I'm going to call you Bill." I went,
And you were like, I
quit.
"Not you then." No.
So funny.
I don't think I like this at all.
I generally go like when I meet someone who has a name that can be shortened, I'm like, oh, is that like try to emphasize. Let's see.
Yeah.
Never in the years that I have known you have I even considered Bill. It hasn't even come up in my mind as being something. And I know other Williams who I've been like, "Are you a Bill?" And that's never happened. You are not a Bill.
That's cool.
You're barely a
Bill.
Will.
You'd be a
You're
Billy.
a
I'm sure.
I think-
I'm sure
but I
I've
thought-
called you Billiam before.
I've definitely
I
heard
think
Bill.
Bill as a contraction is quite old-fashioned now. Like I don't meet any young Bills.
Mm.
My
In
grandfather
fact,
was.
I don't think I've met a young Bill.
My
in
grandfather
life.
went by Bill and was a. He's actually Lawrence, but he didn't like his first name, so he went with his middle name, William,
Fair enough.
and then shortened that to Bill.
Let's change that as well.
But
But Nick, you saying that you're barely a...
Sorry.
Well, that works for Will because he's so old.
Mm.
Like
Yeah,
he
absolutely.
should. Like it's no. Like there's
In fact,
no.
is that,
like,
did you open the coffin of my grandfather and steal his jumper?
yeah.
Sorry, there it is.
Oh, that's great.
Maybe.
And you
It
know what it
definitely
is? It's the collared shirt just tucked underneath as well.
Yes. Yeah.
I was about to say, Pete, you have a
Pete
very
Pig's dad
funky
would be proud.
grandfather if he's wearing a Nike jumper.
Yeah.
But Nick, you saying to him as you say things on the slide, it's like he's barely a Will, he's a William. I would say it takes more to be a William than a Will. A Will is like a casual. There goes a Will.
Anyone could be a Will.
Anyone could be a Will, but to be a William takes gumption and
It's so true.
Yay, Roxy!
Hey, Roxy!
COVID fucked my birthday.
Hi!
Mum made a
And
cake.
she's out of there.
And she's out.
That's so good.
Yes,
So good.
Roxy, the best.
When it came in, I was like, "That's got to be a Doctor Who villain, right?" But it's coronavirus.
It's
That was
good.
an Angry Birds Pete.
It's a coronavirus.
Yay!
That's so fun. It's so angry because it's ruining everyone's
Can
lives.
we get another shot of it?
But it does have a mask on.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
It's
it does have a
okay.
mask
So
on.
good. Hang on.
COVID fucked my
Hold it there.
birthday.
Hold it there. Hold it there. Hold it there. That's
It's
amazing.
so
I'm going to take a picture.
good.
of this.
Nick's taking a photo.
Look at those eyebrows.
Of that.
That's
guy.
mine.
Incredible.
Yeah,
That is so-
that's so good. That's so
impressive.
good.
Is that like on a glass perspex
It is.
tray with
Yeah.
things? That's amazing. I mean, your mum would clearly have
My
different,
damn
like
it,
cake
Roxy.
presenting trays. But, and the best part is, we had nothing to do with that. That is all your mum.
The best thing about I don't have to do anything with this either. I've never made a cake. It's fun.
Also, I'll notice that she brought the cake in, didn't give you a knife, didn't give you a plate. You've
Yeah.
just got a full cake. and
Just stick your
nothing-
whole hand in it and just
yeah,
eat
stick your
it.
hand
in it.
Just
I
eat
got a
it.
scalpel. It's all
He's
good.
got his own scalpel.
I'll take
Also,
my time.
I just realized you've got the perfect, like gone viral webcam.
I have a hatchet. I have a hatchet next to my desk.
I would imagine Will has a scalpel for crafting and or figurine related things.
Lots of custom work.
You'd be wrong. It's for the bodies in the walls.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That's,
say
that's,
Will.
I think
That's
something's
that other door.
spilling out of something in that crack there. I don't know what you tried to force into that.
Will's
so
bedroom
it's not
camera
holding.
placement is perfect for like the viral walk-in video. Like
This right now.
That's not helpful. It's a whole ladle.
oh my god, the time jump.
It's exactly the same as the guy on the webcam, the Korean correspondent. It's so funny.
Like a
We just needed-
50-year-old woman.
We just needed Will's dad to come in after
Yes,
her and like
the
pull her
president
out.
of Game
Yeah.
On. Leave him alone. He's making his television internet thing.
Oh my goodness.
A plus, guys.
It's made my night.
And also,
It's
like, I'm
made
sure
my
that
night.
Will's dad was watching that because Will's mum
the living
clearly
room.
was, which is why she came in. And so Will's dad was watching, and so she is now out there now listening to me talk about this. And at the same time, Will's dad is explaining, "Oh my God, Roxy, Gus was just talking about how that's a perfect moment, and it's just, the worm is eating itself."
Yeah. We're stuck in a time loop.
Oh my God! Wait for the thunder. Very good.
Very good. Wait for the thunder. That is a reference that will stick with me forever now. Well, happy birthday, Will.
Thank you.
I was going to say, when it started, when we cut you, I was like, God, you look like someone. And I was trying to figure out who it was. And I was like, oh, it's Bo Burnham. You look like Bo Burnham. You're Bill Burnham.
That's it,
Is who you are.
I know it's something to
so
do with the
thank you.
hat. I just readjusted it in that moment. I know that I wasn't. I'm like, now?
Annoying.
And I look
but
forward
thank
to
you
your birthday song you'll be doing shirtless in your underwear as you turn 24, is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Those numbers are flipped.
Perfectly.
He's 42. He's 42.
Well, thank you very much for working on your birthday. We appreciate it. And also, I don't know if the other guys were like me, but I didn't wish you a happy birthday all day deliberately because I knew I would do it on air tonight. And I didn't really speak to you until close to the end of the day. And then when it got to the end of the day, I was like, well, it's too late to do it now because like I know the show's coming. Did anyone else wish him a happy birthday today?
No.
Yeah, I sent him. Yeah.
Peter did.
You both. Okay, good. Because both Pete Steph answered at the same time, and but they both answered with the same tone, but they were two different answers.
Different answers.
Pete was like, yeah, and Steph was like, no. Like both expected the. Of course, my answer is the correct one. Okay, let's get on with the rest of the show because we've got just. Oh my God, there's so many fucking video games
Too
to
much?
talk about.
Too much?
Too many games?
bit.
Potentially.
Too much show.
But let's kick it off with a little segment we like to call...
Just say it.
You'll be bland. Brought to you by Brett Jones, a.k.a. LokiCat. LokiCat also has... Well, as we learnt from the video a couple of weeks ago during the show's birthday, also has a bit of the Bo Burnham hair going on because I've always pictured LokiCat as the videos, as the pictures we've seen in the attack ad, but he has hair that he could, he could choke me out with it. And
Why do you always have to go there? Why do you always have to go there? It's crazy. It's crazy. How did
Go
you
where?
connect his haircut being like a sex thing?
Hey, you made it a sex
You made it
thing.
a
I
sex
made it a
thing.
murder thing.
He was
Steph.
killing
I made it a murder thing.
people.
See what he
Yeah.
did there?
Nah, I had a raging Woody as he choked me out. It was a sex thing.
Halfway back there as well. No, but it's not fair to judge. Well, it's not fair to judge him because the photo we used in an attack ad is like him at a 21st or something, and everyone looks great at those. It's like you're in a suit, you got your drink in your hand, and it's like it's COVID. No one has a short haircut, a suit, and is in a social engagement area. So he's allowed to look as weird as he wants right now. If it's shirtless or long haired or whatever.
I just can't believe how quickly it seems to have grown. Although maybe it's been years and years and years, but it's such an impressive. Like I think even if it has been years, that's like years of growth. It's just phenomenal, incredible.
Yeah.
And Vegabus says anything could be a sex thing. It's true. Okay, let's move on now with the games that we've been playing this week. Let's start it off with Angus Ronalds. What have you been playing? Literally 2 minutes before we got on air, you were still playing.
I jumped back in to play more of it because I'm kind of really enjoying Aliens Fireteam Elite.
I thought you were going to say Destiny 2, and I was like, we got him!
We got it, guys. Mission accomplished.
Mission accomplished. No. I thought I'd do something a little more short focused rather than my Destiny. I need all my calendar clear before I dive into that. So I picked up Aliens Fireteam Elite and jumped in for a couple of rounds. And I am enjoying it as a video game. I know that's how we should enjoy all video games, but this feels particularly video gamey in the sense that it is.
I love it as an aperitif.
This guy, the character model reminds me of the Super Seducer guy.
Oh God! Because
He based it off
Will.
Gus.
I was
No,
like,
you always usually do pretty well in making characters look like you, but I have to say Super Seducer is the first thing I thought of when I saw that character.
Good.
Why do you always have to make it a sex thing, Steph? I don't know.
This came out this week. It is a third-person, 3-squad Left 4 Dead, I guess, kind of like wave mode aliens shooter. It is kind of almost. It's a little bit. It's a little bit Gears of Warsy in the shooting style. Left 4 Dead in the enemy wave style, but it is objective based. It is linear levels. It's not just arenas that you fight that you defend. And anything that's painted in the aliens sort of art style and all that kind of stuff is just looks and sounds great. And I can't give the game any credit for that because that was done by the James Cameron movie. And it is like
give the game any credit.
Ridley Scott.
Ridley Scott, but this is definitely aliens. Yeah, this is Colonial Marines. The squad, not the game. It's the infrastructure of the big military scientific areas. It's the pulse rifle. It's the beeping proximity warning. It's all that kind of stuff. It's the sentry guns. Yep. And it just feels a couple of years old, I would say, in the way it performs, in the way the shooting feels.
It looks like Outriders.
It's a bit stiff and wonky, I guess, if you looked at like the third person action and the shooting. And in that sense, I was like taken aback. I was like, oh, this doesn't feel like a AAA 2021 kind of game. But it also is scratching an itch of like the nostalgia of a game that I might just spend the whole weekend playing and finishing because it is this what you're seeing here is an attempt to frighten you in a game where it is just not atmospheric and scary, especially if you played Alien Isolation. It's like they drop a vent and you're like, I'm a Marine, it's fine. And then the next hallway they drop a second vent. It's like it didn't work the first time, guys. But yeah, it is really like light story in terms of you were just doing these missions. There are, I believe, 4, maybe 5 levels, and each one of them has 3 stages, and you need to complete each stage before you go back to the hub, and there's a checkpoint. From what I've played of the first 2 levels...
Just quickly, Pete, do you reckon you could jump to some gameplay that is actually interesting?
I just skipped through. I literally just skipped through. And
shade.
people would have seen a jump cut into a hallway that looked identical to the one we
So it's the first level and a half down, and it is already very repetitive, which, I mean, it fits the world, it fits all that kind of stuff. But obviously this is meant to be played multiplayer. You're meant to play it with a couple of mates, and I'm keen to jump into it with whoever's free and whoever wants to, because at the moment I'm currently playing with 2 AI who are they're the, what do you call them? The synthetics. So that's kind of cool that the AI you get are these like non-talking synthetic faces. And in that sense, I'm sure it's heaps more fun when you do get... so these are there's the regular xenomorphs that are just your basic zombies from Left 4 Dead. And then you've got your specialties. You've got some acid spitter guys that explode. And you've got some stalkers who... hide around corners and jump out at you, which actually is probably a solid fright that you get. It's all about the weapons. It's all about the getting to areas where you have to flick a switch and a wave's going to move in on you and you need to like set up some sentry guns. And it was really boring for the first level because you're seeing a lot of repetitive levels.
Is this the first level?
The aliens are trickling through. But it does get to a point where at the end of the first checkpoint on the first stage, suddenly you are getting to the lift you need to get out of to extract from that level. And it does, and if you go probably the tail of this clip, Pete, they just start throwing a lot of them at you. And it does bring on that sense of dread that you get from just like they're coming out of the freaking walls, man.
And this is effectively 1-1, right? Like this is the first campaign, first act in the first campaign.
This is, yes. I played 2 more acts past this, and it does more of this as it goes on. But yes, what you're saying at the beginning. What you were saying.
What supplied you is shit.
No, I mean, it's more of this. It's more of these bigger waves that come through.
No, totally.
The music ramps up and it does start to get the blood pumping in a good way. So
I have seen Aliens once, and it was when I was a kid.
Perfect age for it.
Did the
4 or
Aliens...
5, I think, is the perfect age for Aliens.
Of course, yeah. Did the aliens run like dogs in the movie?
Yes.
Like, is this they did? They sort of like...
They run on all 4s and they climb on the walls and all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
They barely stood on 2 legs. In fact, I don't think they do it all in Aliens, the second one. Alien 3, it actually comes out of a dog. So it's more... there's only one of them.
Kind of gallop a little bit.
It is more of a dog alien. Really interesting. When you got time, I'll talk to you about how the Alien films are just this mess. But like Aliens is still just the pinnacle of the best creature design, the best interpretation of Geiger's xenomorphs. And there's some really cool bits that I've replicated in this. And I feel like as you go on, there's going to be more and more iconic scenes that you play. The one thing I'll say is that the gunplay's a bit soft. Like, the weapons for the great sounds they make do not feel as chunky and hard-hitting as they should. The xenomorphs themselves, there's no real good, like, hit indicator. You're actually almost seeing, and you might see it here, you get a little red cross when you've killed one, which feels like a cheap way for the game to just let you know that you don't get stuck shooting into a collapsed enemy. It kind of works within the sense of the HUD and everything that's there. So these are one of the special ones that stalk you and run up at you and try and do some big lunging moves. And that's kind of cool. They are more threatening, and they're cool to watch them run up on two legs. But that shooting that I mentioned earlier, it just doesn't really feel like unless they are funneling through a doorway and you are piling bullets into that one doorway, that's satisfying. The rest of it, they tend to scatter and move so sporadically. When you go to your left trigger to bring up your sight, so to speak, you're always aiming in the middle of the screen, and they're always on the floor or the ceiling, so you're always correcting to shoot down or up. I know that sounds silly and it would be in every other game, and I don't have a fix for it, but it got really frustrating. And by the second chapter, I was I can see it snapping to the horizon as you pull your left trigger, I think. And they're never at the horizon, so you're always snapping, recentering. And in that sense, I was really frustrated, but I was getting a little bit better at it. There's definitely the smart gun comes into it, which, if you remember the film, is like a huge Gatling gun that basically just auto targets and moves between them, and that's in the original games and original movie. So I feel like there'll be weapons that cater for that. There's a flamethrower, and there is an RPG element to it. You do finish and you get XP and currency that you go back to this cool hub area that is just like a big hangar full of hard-ass Marines, and you run around in there adding attachments to your weapons, buying cosmetics and stuff like that. So it clearly is meant to be replayed. The ammo is a really funny thing where it's clearly you can just keep going back to that for more ammo. It's almost totally redundant, but it's if they gave you a gun with infinite ammo, people would complain and be like, that's not realistic. So they make you run up to a crate and get more ammo. And again, never really runs out, or you've got so much of it. It's just there for sort of atmosphere. But clearly meant to go through multiple times, multiple runs with friends. There are modifier cards, kind of like Back 4 Blood, which you can apply, which add to the difficulty but gain you more reward. And they look really cool. It's replace a large amount of the basic xenomorphs with more special ones, take away half your ammo. So they're more than just X percentage, whatever. It's kind of... Yeah, they do some cool... well, from the ones I've seen early on, they do some cool modifiers, but I'm probably going to just get through the campaign first before I play with that. And the last thing I'll say is that the one thing I was hoping this had, it does have it. It has a wave mode that is just obviously you pick some of these arenas and they just send more and more and more until you get a high score chaser. I really want to do that. It's actually locked behind the campaign, so I have to get through the whole campaign. And I'm kind of glad that it is. I know that sounds a bit sort of glutton for punishment, but it's I want to probably have a reason to play the campaign, because if I didn't, I feel like I'd just play that wave mode with mates and never get around to doing the levels. I don't know if it's more fun, but I like those modes more. So I'm kind of glad that, it's going to make me go through this really repetitive, monotonous campaign that, again, it's minute to minute. Minute to minute, it's fun, but as satisfying to finish and tick off the list. I don't think it's going to have that kind of I finished the aliens. It almost looks like it was not designed for a controller at all. The amount of readjusting you're doing, and it just doesn't feel like it's got intuitive, snap to COD or just aim assist with a controller. It just looks... It does play like a sloppier Gears of War, and I'm not good at Gears of War in that control method. I'm just not very good at a third-person run-and-gunner kind of thing. So, part of me goes God, I wish this was first-person. It would just make it more atmospheric, and I know we've struggled with Colonial Marines, and Isolation did a better job by being first-person, non-combat focused, but I just feel like the over-the-shoulder look just takes away a little bit for me. So so not to harp on it. So why are you glad that they're making you play the campaign when you say that the campaign is boring and repetitive and you'd rather be doing the wave mode? It's more to do with the fact that it's... I don't think the campaign
put him on the stand.
It's more than that. I'm a broken person, and
I'm sure there are good moments in
your
the campaign.
previous statement.
I know what you're saying. You're kind of having a lukewarm kind of experience with the campaign, but you feel like there's something to it that you haven't seen yet. and if you had access to that wave mode, you would never see the end of this campaign arc, because you would just find the joy in the minute-to-minute shooting aliens in the head.
Totally, and I feel like
I don't think is a good thing. Like, why stop you from? They're going to try and make money in this game selling cosmetics and stuff. It's like, just let people play the wave mode if that's all they want to play, and then I'll buy the.
It could be because the wave mode shit, Pete, and I get to it and go, that's true.
Whereas if the wave mode just exists in your mind, it'll always be good.
The trading is wave mode.
Yeah, that's so true. And also, I like the idea
in my mind.
Because it's like, I want to unlock the wave mode, and I'm like, what the fuck am I looking at right now?
Yeah, you're right. But you're right. I want the wave mode for the last 2 minutes of it where I'm overwhelmed. I have to play it for an hour to get to the point where I go, now it's cool, game over. But you're right, Pete. I feel like there are probably some gems of some moments that are in the campaign that, again, if I had no reason to push on through it, I might miss. So I'm looking forward to discovering those. And again, there is a little part of me that's like, this is definitely one of those games that pops up that I go like, oh, this is a weekender. This is like, I'm just going to churn through this and just like play it every night and be like, oh, this just feels like I'm playing an old Xbox original game or something like that, and I kind of really love it for that. So, and again, I love Aliens, I love the design of it all, so it's going to pull me through. And Pete, maybe we might play a bit. We talked about it. If you other guys are keen as well, but yeah, it'll be fun.
Bluey Odinson in the chat says it gets way better, so you essentially have more.
Cool.
I'm up to the 3rd chapter of the 1st level, and it's already like, it's just a slow burn at the start, I think. So
cool.
Cool. It'd be fun. And then the other thing I've been playing, polar opposite to that, that is my blood pumping, stress me out at the end of the night kind of game. I've been playing a little game called Islander. Or Islanders. I don't know if it's
Islanders I have here.
Islanders, plural. There you go. Which is a very, very calming and relaxing little game that came out a couple of weeks ago now. And it is a little world builder that sets you up on these beautifully designed little islands where your job is to essentially put down a number of structures that will gain a value point based on the resources that they can collect. And then and that number will go up and down when you put new structures down according to structures in their proximity as well. So essentially what you're seeing here is you're putting down a lumberjack hut that'll get extra points based on how many trees are around it. That goes into your currency in the bottom left, and you're filling up a circle. And then when you put a mill down, the mill will actually have the numbers will go up if you're near some lumberjack huts. So that's a positive.
I'm having whiplash from the different games that you have played this week.
That's literally why I played this.
Genuinely struggling to comprehend what you're talking about right now as I'm looking at this. I'm going like,
when do these aliens come climbing out of the ocean and take?
And these are turrets, right, to shoot the aliens?
And then that'll open up. You see a little plus symbol down the bottom. That opens up another set of buildings that you get that I believe are randomized, but you do get the choice of which category you want to go. You can be like, oh, I'd like to unlock some fishing buildings or some city city buildings or shaman buildings or a wood mill. And stuff like that. And as you see, when you place them, there are negatives as well if you're near other things. So if you put houses near industry, you get a negative score. And so you need to work out the placement to try and make sure that everyone's complementing each other, every other building type. And you read each structure and which thing it likes to be near and which thing it doesn't like to be near. And it is really really zen-like. It's very similar kind of to that Terra Null game that I played a couple of months ago, in the sense that you're filling up that little meter in the bottom left. There is a fail state to it, though, which is essentially like if you don't work out good combinations to earn enough currency, you will go, you run out of the chance to unlock new buildings. This set of islands is over. If you do, however, fill it up enough times, you'll see in the bottom right, which is under Pete's head, you're filling up this new island meter. When that fills up, you can choose to keep playing on this one and just keep filling it up as much as you can, or you can choose to move on to another, what I believe might be procedurally generated. I'm not 100% sure, but you move on to a new set of islands, and once you're there, you start the whole playthrough again. And again, it's just one of those games with like a beautiful soundtrack, a really lovely art style, a really kind of just like slow play system that is
giving me anxiety about where you're going to place this T section thing. Come on, choose the right spot. What
you're actually watching here is someone playing it on PC. I picked it up on the Switch, and I kind of think I might now buy it on PC because the controls of doing this stuff with thumbsticks to rotate and to place down is quite finicky. Camera controls as well.
Pick a spot. Pick a spot.
Pick a spot. Just put it down anyway, man. Just put the fucking thing down.
The aliens are coming. Put it down.
Go to another island.
Go to another island. But yeah, there's some really cool little systems in play here, and look, it's totally playable on console with thumbsticks and on the Switch. But watching someone play it with a PC and a mouse, I was like, oh, this is probably a little bit more less stressful of trying to like rotate buildings and stuff like that.
It's
happening again, Steph. It's happening again.
What the Shark says, if Gus enjoys this, he may also enjoy a game called Dorfromantic, which is another very chill, relaxing tile-based builder, and it has mini challenges. And when you run out of tiles in a run, then it ends. So
yeah, right. Cool. I'll check it out. I like that this one there is a strategy to it. Like, it's not just put things down and enjoy how it looks or anything like that. There is a frustration that you get from trying to work out where things go. But yeah, as I said, it's cool putting down like, paddock, little fields complement windmills that complement breweries that complement hops fields that, but then they hate cities. So you got to work it all out as you go. And yeah, it's really nice. And again, I've been playing it before bed as just a calm little sort of turn my brain off kind of game. And yeah, it's lovely.
Cool. So that is Aliens, Fireteam Elite, and Islanders. Up next, Stephanie. Now, before we get to your game, I have also been playing a bit of your game, and I think that it might be worth just saying that if anyone watching has a problem with teeth, don't like tooth stuff, then
there is there's a warning at the start of the game saying if you have dental phobia,
yeah,
you
need to be aware of it.
Look away for the next 5 minutes, but but take it away, Stephanie.
Yeah, okay. So I've been playing Psychonauts 2, which is from Double Fine. I played a bit of the first Psychonauts ages ago. A friend of mine had it, and I remember being over at his house, and we were sort of playing it like together. I didn't finish it, but I remember the sort of premise and basic kind of concept of the game. And that premise is that these are a bunch of kids that are sort of psychically gifted, and they join a sort of a psychic spy organization. And they become psychonauts. And with this psychic ability, they're taught how to infiltrate people's minds and, by way of a sort of secret organization to stop crime and all kinds of stuff. The art style is really kind of wild and wacky. And because it takes place within the kind of psychic realms of people's minds, the concepts and designs of these worlds are really kind of out there and cool. And it feels very much like a Saturday morning cartoon in a 3D space.
Inception?
And the sequel, which, it's one of those sequels that's come a really, really long time after the first iteration. So it's one of those games that I think for people who played and enjoyed the original, I think they're just going to really, really love it because it's very faithful to the original. It almost like you get that feeling of looking like it looks exactly the same. And then when you go back and look at the original, you're like, oh, no, it actually looks – this is how I remember it looking, but it actually looked a lot worse. But they've hit that really sweet spot of it almost looks like a remaster of an original. So it feels like you're playing something retro, but it's not quite as ugly, and it is slightly better to control. I think that primarily it's a kind of a story, a platformer, action game, and a puzzle game. So the story picks up kind of like, it actually picks up after there was like a bridging game, which was a VR game that they launched sort of in between them. And so it picks up directly after the VR game.
Because I haven't played the first Psychonauts, but I did look up the story of the first one to sort of just give me a bit of context. And I was like, the ending of the first game is this doesn't spoil anything about the game. It's like basically sets up a sequel, is that the head of the Psychonauts organization is kidnapped. But then the beginning of this, it's like you found him. And I was like, oh, what's happening?
They just jumped
the VR game.
Yeah.
Is you went and found it. Yeah, right.
Yeah. So I didn't play that either, but I kind of read a little bit of a wrap up about it. This is a funny thing. So you can find these it's very kind of old school 3D platforming games. You find these little bag tags and you have to unite them with their emotional baggage.
Their emotional.
And you're inside the mind of a dentist here, which is why it's
the teeth stuff.
very tooth focused.
I can see why it's distressing, actually. Yeah.
All those weird wiggly nerve endings and stuff. Yeah, it's pretty gross. There's lots of really kind of fun puzzle ideas in this. I would say the platforming feels better than a retro game does, but not quite good enough for me. I think it still feels a little bit awkward sometimes, or like when you're making jumps, you're not sure if he's going to grab onto something or not. And I feel like that would be more annoying. But if the respawn like checkpoints weren't so forgiving, and they pretty much are. I only had to replay certain things a few times for missing jumps. But it's a game that is so it's so gloriously weird in its concept and in its design that it's just unlike anything else that exists out there. And it really does feel like a Saturday morning cartoon. Like when you think about those weird 90s cartoons like Rocko's Modern Life or Ren and Stimpy and Real Monsters or whatever. And you just kind of wonder how people come up with these concepts, and it feels very much like that. I think for me, it's not the kind of game that I want to keep playing. It's reviewing really, really well, and I can see why. It's because of the way that they've kept it so faithful to the original, but updated it just enough for people to enjoy it today. I just don't, it still feels too retro for me, I think. So I just don't know that I'll keep playing it. But I think for anyone who loved the original Psychonauts, they're going to be stoked with this.
Yeah, I didn't play the original, like I said. I'm really loving this. Gus, you're going to love this game. You're going to love this game. Okay. The art style, which I sort of said last week, I'm really not kind of a fan of. I think works much better when you're playing the game. I didn't. Yeah. I think it looks.
This is the section that I had the most frustration with from a platformer perspective.
There must be a word for like if you don't like the look of something when you're not using it, and then when you use it, you do like it. It's probably German as well. But I really like how it looks when you're playing it. I totally agree, Steph, that it does feel like a bit of an old school platformer. The controls are not the greatest. There's a stickiness and a sort of. It's and a perspective thing tight.
As well. It does stuff sometimes where it switches you from like a 3-dimensional platforming to a kind of like a not quite 2D but like 2.5D situation. And that stuff always really annoys me because I find I'm moving my thumbstick in a way that I'm not properly straight, and then I kind of jump on a diagonal, but not in from a perspective that I can see, and I hate that.
It feels sort of like the easiest comparison, or like not comparison to come up with, but like when you do play like a Mario or a game, a Nintendo platformer, it's like there are so many things they're doing in that you're not aware of that are like to do with perspective and shadows under characters and like ways for you to just see perfect camera angles that when they're not in a game, you're like, what is different about this? That why am I not doing this as well? I'm not just using Mario as the example, but it's like when you're playing a game like this, Steph, and again, there's just a few little rough edges in terms of those things that are like just they're under the surface that in a good platform you don't notice. In an It Takes Two or something like that, you're like, oh, I'm just playing this perfectly. And then one without it, you're like, ugh, why is it making me just like wince when it's not?
Yeah. But it's also tough though in this instance as well, because people loved the original so much. I think at the time it didn't do well from a sales perspective, but then became a bit of a cult classic. And this was funded, I think, at least partly through Kickstarter. So they got enough funding through Fig.
Yeah.
Through
Double Fine kind of owned with Tim Schafer.
There was enough love for the game that they got enough backing to be able to make another one. And when that happens, I feel like you end up with a sort of a sense of wanting to please fans of an original to a point where that stops you from iterating on it too much because people have kind of paid for it already in expecting something based on what they played before.
Yeah, you got to walk a line between nostalgia and modern polish.
Totally.
Yeah, cool. I was going to say, if you want to skip ahead here, yeah. So, but I do think that the world building, the ideas and the visual ideas in the game are amazing. Like when you go into the brains of characters and like go around these worlds, it's fantastic. And Gus, I think that's the thing that's really going to draw you into it. There is, and I think the writing is great. Like it's very funny in the sort of Double Fine way that it's the Double Fine sense of humor through and through. The voice acting is fun. Like everything about the presentation is really great. The one thing that I'm not crazy about is all these sort of like floating drawing things. There's a red one there and a blue one
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Saw that, the little green
there's this, like,
squiggles.
There are so many collectibles in this game.
Yeah.
And they're all required to upgrade your abilities and stuff. And so it's very strange. They're just like floating around there, and it's kind of like you run in and just run through them and collect them. And it feels very much like completely useless, because it's like they just didn't think of a different way, or they couldn't think of a better way to give you an upgrade process for your powers. So instead, you're just kind of lumped with, every time you go in a room, you kind of like have to run to the other side of the room to just
squiggles.
like pick this thing up, and you need 100 of them to upgrade one level. And so it's like you're literally picking up dozens and dozens every hour.
I think too, it's because they need to give you enough in plain sight that you could get through the game without going hunting for them if you didn't want to like use them. But then obviously you're rewarded more for like, breaking box shelves and finding things hidden behind it and stuff like that. But yeah, it has a lot of that kind of old school 90s platforming sort of secrets and collectibles kind of vibe to it that feels like they haven't evolved that concept in any kind of interesting way.
There's like a card system as well of like you collect these cards that lie around, and you need 9 cards, and then you go to a vending machine and buy a thing that you combine with those cards to upgrade a
and
level.
Then there's a purple energy thing that is a currency. And it's like I went into when I first walked into so where this game kind of kicks off is that Raz, who is 10, has graduated from the Psychonauts program and is now headed to the Mother Lobe, which is the Psychonauts headquarters, and joins the intern program, and then sort of discovers some kind of sinister things. And when you kind of arrive there, it's like all of these plants that kind of are around in the office building have all of these little collectible things in them, but you have to kind of press a button to kind of activate the retrieval of this thing, and then it kind of jumps out into the world, and then you have to go and like absorb it, and you have to do that for like every single thing that you find in a plant. And it's like, just let me run through it. If it's just a currency to like upgrade my cosmetics or whatever, like why do I have to go through all these inane button pressing things just to get like that specific currency when there's so many things that you have to collect? But
mysterious figure here is fucking scary. The voice of this is fantastic. And I do. The story setup is really, really good. So I totally understand why, Steph, you are falling off it, because it's not, particularly in a year where we've had It Takes Two, which is doing tons of ideas, like this game apparently is, of just like so many that's every review I've read is just people going, there are so many gameplay ideas in here. And then Ratchet and Clank, which is old school platforming, but so tight and so enjoyable to play. And this kind of like is the love child of those two, but it doesn't rise to the level of either one, at least at the moment.
It's a great way of putting it.
But I'm really drawn into the world, and I am really excited to play more. And
tell me, is there perhaps a wave mode at the end that is worth pushing through the campaign for?
I've not encountered a wave mode, but they're because they've got so many different mechanics. I wouldn't be surprised. I will say too, I think the writing and the humor is definitely like one of the things people loved about the first one, and that's I reckon even sort of been stepped up a notch here, because it is very like at times really sweet and special, and I think they have addressed like the kind of morality of infiltrating people's minds in this in a way that they didn't feel was necessary in the first one, but like in a 2021 world it totally is. So I feel like they've thought really hard about the story and how to make it quirky and fun, but also kind of impactful as well.
And I think Double Fine are a company that often really think about the kinds of stories that they tell. And a lot of the talk around this game is about how it's a game about empathy, and it's a game about acceptance of your mind. And so I think that they are working on a sort of slightly higher level than you see the thematic meat of most sort of video games coming out these days. So I think that it's on Game Pass as well. So it's so worth just like checking it out and seeing if you're into it, because if you are into it, it's totally one of those games that you will fall in love with, I think.
I think a Double Fine wave mode would be just a bunch of wave emotes, and you're all just in an arena just saying hi to each other.
Yeah.
Hi.
Jack Black's there.
Hi.
Doing
You're
something.
gonna wave at everyone.
And then the other I've been playing a bit of 12 Minutes, which we'll talk about tomorrow, and I think you'll talk about a little bit later, Nick. I'm enjoying it so far. I've encountered the things that I've been hearing other people find frustrating, but I'm still enjoying the puzzle enough to not really feel like super annoyed by any of it yet. I just wonder how a game like that took a long time to make and had a big cast attached to it didn't go through the sort of play testing to iron out those what seem like very obvious mechanical kinks, because in a time loop game you don't want to put people in a situation where they feel like they're having to redo stuff in a way that's really annoying, and I feel like that it is in this particular game. There's stuff that you're kind of like there's stuff that you have to do over and over, and there isn't, contrary to the Lost City.
The Forgotten City?
Forgotten City, where they came up with such a clever way to deal with that, redoing of stuff. They haven't
Busy
found
Bald Man does it for you.
Yeah, they haven't found a clever way of doing that in this game, and so I kind of like what happens is that you get better and faster at like doing everything really quickly that you did before that you know you need to do for this loop before you get onto the next bit of progression, but. And also, I decided to play this on Xbox because I just am so like sick of being in this room every day of my life. So I was like, I just want to sit out in our big sort of open plan, kitchen area and play it on Xbox. And having to, it's a cursor moving game where you're clicking on things, and having to do that with a thumbstick
that's how I did the whole thing. So
it's not ideal.
No,
yeah.
I would. Sorry, Pete. What were you going to say?
Oh no, you go ahead.
I was just going to say that the weakness of that game is certainly the kinks, and I think we'll talk about more of that.
Yeah.
But it would, as a small apartment, it would be strange if when he gets home, a bald man is there waiting for him, and you say, "Can you please have dessert with my wife while I go and do something in the bedroom?"
But it's also like it's also a time loop mechanic, which or a time loop concept, which is as a concept, like. A fantastical one. So why do there need to be laws or rules around the idea that you, I don't know, don't keep the items that you found I don't know. There's got to be like some way that you can do all that stuff quickly. Or
I think we can all agree it's one of the worst games ever made, and we'll talk about it in more detail on our Game Club stream tomorrow.
We'll debate that. Yes.
No, I think we all agree.
The third game I played a very, very tiny amount of is just the new season of Destiny 2. Obviously, like everyone, I was super hyped after the stream last night, but I was also really, really tired because I was up till 3:30 the previous morning editing. So I was just literally there running around in circles, shooting things, trying to play with people, but I was just so tired. Every time people were like, Steph, it's this way. I was like, yeah. The Dreaming
Steph,
City.
We lost you for a second there, Steph.
Oh, really?
Yeah. No, you're good. You're back.
The one thing that I want to talk about, because I haven't played heaps of it, it's just I'm so excited to be back in the Dreaming City. But the first thing I do when I log onto Destiny is I check the shop. I've spent so much money on dumb stuff in this game, but there's a new emote called it's a conga line emote. And there are some emotes in Destiny that you can do by yourself, and then there's some that you can kind of do with other people as well. Usually that it's like, 3 other people, or there might be like an emote that you can do with one other person. And the conga line emote is amazing because you can like team up with 3 people and just do a little conga dance. And I was like, everyone has to get this emote. This will be amazing. And I want to see how many we can string together. And if we can do it with our back pocket, like Destiny 2 clan, we could try and all be in the same game, cross play, so everyone invited. And it would be amazing. And I was just trying to look up earlier, like a video example of it. And I came across this review of the conga line emote on Reddit that I would like to read out to you because I thought it was very funny.
Please.
It's posted by Big Wall 1997, titled "The Conga Line Emote is One Massive Disappointment." So some of you may have seen in the Destiny 2 Eververse store that we have finally got a conga emote now for sale for 800 silver. I love this finally, like it's something that everyone's been asking for. I took one
in this.
Yeah, I took one for the team, and actually got it because I had some spare silver left over from another purchase. And let me tell you, it was the biggest disappointment I have ever seen. Bungie, you have finally given us an emote that we have been dying to get, and you ruin it by 2 things. 1, it can only have 3 people on it. To be honest, I only expected like maybe 6 people to be on it since you can, but to be on this at once. But really, only 3? That is hardly a conga line. Oh, no, that is hardly a line, let alone a conga line. Number 2, you don't move. He means like you move, you do the conga action, you just don't move forward. Yeah.
No train.
What is the most important part of an actual conga line? Being able to actually move in one, being able to actually move in one and not be frozen in place, hardly moving at all. You were this close to being able to have an actual good emote worthy of buying with silver or bright dust, depending on if it comes to bright dust purchase, but you really need to make this one better.
Oh my God,
Please.
Shut up.
It's probably one of the one emote everyone wanted, and it's not good. Also, don't give me that excuse that we can't have emotes that actually make you move because it's hard to program or whatever, because in Destiny 1, there was a glitch to an emote while on your Sparrow. So, if my Xbox 360 can handle it, any next-gen PC will definitely handle it with ease.
Oh,
wow. Thank you for ruining our night, Stephanie.
I love the idea of 2 things. 1, a conga line does have to move. That's how you pick up more congaroos. Or whatever. It's like you have to move around at wedding. You have to go past people at the wedding and go, come on, come on. And they're like,
yeah.
And number 2.
I love that, like, he's just written out this freaking essay review of
totally. But then also when you started, you're like, some of them you can be done solo, and I really was hoping you were going to tell me that it could be done solo. Just the saddest thing is a one-man conga line.
Yeah,
just moving through like
the saddest thing is this person who wrote this review. That's
yeah. But you can you can line everyone up and do the emote in groups of 3 in one big long line, which I've seen people doing, and I would love to do that with people and get a really long line and make a video about it.
And just like that, I'm not coming back to Destiny 2.
Well, then you're going to miss out on a lot of fun. A lot of fun, Gus.
Isn't that right, Auntie Doris? Come on, join the... No, we'll come back round. So
that was a little bit of Psychonauts 2 and mostly a review of a conga line emote in Destiny 2.
Peter, you better have something far more exciting than a conga line.
I sure as hell do.
What's that?
I've been like having a dabbling week. And I have played a little bit of Season 15 of Destiny 2, but the other night...
Are you going to talk about Destiny now, or you're moving on?
No, I've got nothing to say about Destiny.
Okay, no, I did want to ask a question, though, because I was playing Destiny last night. I played the first Ascension Alignment Crystals Batteries season quest thing.
Yep.
Did that bug for anyone else?
Yes, it's bugged at the moment, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. Because I was in there for 25 minutes and could not do anything with the batteries. And I was like, what the fuck am I missing? And I was too proud to ask anybody. Okay, cool, just making sure.
Yeah, you weren't missing anything. You got to apparently you need to do a worse job than you probably did. You actually need to let some of the bad juju get into the boxes. Because otherwise, if you clear it without letting any of the negative effect hit your life meter, then it just doesn't progress.
Good.
There's a couple of bugs within that. Yeah.
Okay, good. Just making sure.
But one thing I did was I booted up Game Pass on PC to check out Quake. Actually, it was to check out 12 Minutes, and on the way I got interrupted by the fact that they released Solitaire, the Windows Store version. They just put it on the Game Pass thing, and I was like, I'll boot it. I'll boot it up. And spent like 4 hours playing Solitaire the other night. Still a good game. Holds up.
And not only did they put it on there, but it was in the coming soon to Game Pass panel for a week and a half, and it's I know at some point a game has to go from being developed to being released, but I really don't think this needed the hype marketing cycle behind it of the coming soon. It could have just been released.
I saw Pete's little Xbox "You are playing Solitaire" for 4 hours. I was like, "Is that bugged?" I was like, "He's still there."
Is this Destiny season thing?
It's so good, man. It's so good. I love Solitaire. Klondike for life. But something I did end up playing was the Quake remaster, which was announced at QuakeCon. The aptly named QuakeCon this year. It's not always a QuakeCon. There's often a lot of Bethesda news there, but it was very cool to see Quake getting a little facelift, and it's looking and playing
as brown
better
as
than
ever.
brown as ever, and it's basically had a graphics overhaul, an audio overhaul. It's you're using a mouse. It feels like the most playable version of this game ever, and it's just cool to play. I never actually played the original Quake. Played a lot of Quake 3 Arena, and then I played Doom, and this is like a cool way to jump back into a game this retro. It still has a very retro shooter feel. I didn't have the gold key card when I tried to open that door, so now I'll have to go and find the gold key card.
Quake was my Doom, man. I never got into Doom, but I played Quake 1 and 2 like crazy at school. Like
at school,
this game
specifically at school.
Oh, I played it on a school laptop. Yeah, it was great. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's really cool to see. I mean, obviously, it's a very old game, but the design of it all is, while hideous, to be fair, is actually really interesting. Where Doom was like all about hell and hellspawn and gooey walls and whatever, everything on a very flat bitmap. But the this is like rather than science fiction, there's a bit more fantasy in it. There's castles, there's like monsters and not really like hell demon stuff. So it's actually like, here you need to kind of get across the moat into that castle, and that thing is good at jumping.
Just do that.
So I'm actually like I'm enjoying, like, there's a lot of traps and stuff within the castle and stuff. It's cool to see a very early shooter game design. And obviously playing a lot of Destiny. This is like the heritage of all modern shooters. And it's cool to be playing it again and seeing design ideas and and the beauty of it. I didn't spend a lot of time in it. There's a lot of undead knights and stuff. I did at the end here encounter something exciting that I'd never seen before, which was basically the Wampa in is it Wampa? What's the snow
Rancor.
monster in?
Oh no, Wampa is the snow one.
Wampa,
This
yeah,
thing?
yeah. This fella,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I had a
William.
poster of that in my room, and like when it came out
God,
in 64. Yeah. Well, it's
Terrifying.
like it's the thing I'll just say, Pete, is that it's funny that now you could look at this and like this retro style has come back in a way that you and I have seen a couple of games. I forget all their titles, but like if you were told this was an indie studio has made this as a throwback now,
Yeah, totally.
like you'd be like, yeah, I can see all the appeal, the wide camera angle, the really quick, the glidey movement, the funky, like steampunky medieval art style. Like it's passable now as a pastiche kind of game where it's actually just like, this is Quake, this is original Quake, and it's still fun to play.
Yeah,
These guys just want to do a conga.
I was having a lot of fun. It did inspire me to go and play a game that has a little more dynamic movement, and that is Quake 3. Because Quake,
That's stretched aspect ratio.
Oh my god! Yeah.
So-
it was funny when you were like, they've overhauled the graphics. I was like, have they? And then you see this, and it's like, oh yes.
and this is Quake 3.
Yeah.
And it looks like just absolute dog's bollocks.
It's fun, though.
But it feels so good. It's funny playing these. It's just funny playing these classic old shooters that just, there's something about them that they just hold up. They're mechanically, they're not perfect, but they're mechanically so strong that you can play them today and it still feels like a fun competitive arena shooter.
I mean, mechanically, you're right, because there's literally nothing else around it. It's an arena with weapons and your movement. It's like there's nothing else that it needs. It's like this is about gameplay first, and everything else design-wise, it comes very much second.
When you're thinking about like the basic concept of a shooter, it's like you're moving a dot around on a screen, and it's kind of one of the more simpler things. So it's why these games, I think, have held up. When you're looking at older platformers and stuff, the controls are much harder to nail. But this is just like, you just need to have the ability to move the dot
Struggling with the railgun.
quickly.
There was a demo
And it kind of
of
doesn't
this
matter
that
what
had-
it looks like.
There was a demo of this that could be played online with, I think, 3 maps and all the weapons. It was like, why do I need the game? It was
Totally.
exactly all you needed. It's just like, yeah.
And I went from Quake to Quake 3, and then of course to one of my favorite games of all time, Halo 3, and I'm so ready for Infinite. It's nice to be able to have all these shooters that are just like. I love modern shooters, but I just Destiny 2 is the only one that I've stuck with, and the fact that we can just go back and play all these like this plethora of old games is just so. It's a nice blanket, even in this era when we have so many games all the freaking time. So many new games. This is what I spent my week doing. Playing Solitaire,
you're reteaching yourself
1 and 3, and playing Halo 3 again.
I'm going to have to do this before Infinite to like train my brain back a little bit, because you're doing you're playing Quake, you're playing this, and like I'm so hooked on COD, and I'm sure you are, Nick, in terms of like how to play that as a shooter. I'm like, this is going to feel very different. I need a little bit of this time to just like get back into the old school shooting.
Yeah, it was good. This was a good match. It was a shoddy snipers match, and we I was just playing with randoms, and we were getting smashed at the start, like 30-0, and 2 of our teammates left, and then the 2 of us stuck to the end and won against 4.
Solid.
So that was I mean, it's easier when there's more targets to shoot. They had to hunt us down. We were basically just like playing little rats, but we didn't camp, but we played smart.
And we got the release date for Halo Infinite as well this morning, for the 8th of December. So you only have 3 months and what's that, 8 days or something, 12 days to wait. So that's good. So that is Destiny 2, Solitaire, Quake Remaster, Quake 3, and Halo 3 for Peter Burns.
Yep.
Let's bring the birthday boy back in.
It's made
that cake.
It's still intact. I'm going to leave it until I will attack it at some point.
Eat it.
I know.
He's gonna share it with his lovely family.
We don't even know what's in it, like type of cake.
No idea.
No, Roxy was like, as she ran out, she whispered to him, "Don't you fucking eat this without me." Like, I'm just
I've been eating the smaller.
Camera. How don't you dare eat this?
I don't know what these are, but I hope they're edible because I've had many.
Those will just be little sugar things.
Yeah. A part of me, because they kind of look like actual tablets of like a Panadol or something.
That's how they get the medicine.
What if it was a bad one? Anyway,
what if this is finally how she does it?
Mama, I'm sleepy again.
Baby boy, you had 24 good years. Will, talk to me about what you've been playing this week.
I've played a big, deep, introspective game. It's got story-rich, character-driven, real like slow drip feed of interesting. It's another Marvel video game. But before I even played it, this is download the whole game. There's this little. This is on the preload kind of day before. There's a little mini game. It's Star-Lord. It's basically like Flappy Bird kind of video game. Just a cool little extra little detail. When your game isn't working, it still is. But there you go.
Oh, it gets fast.
It gets fast.
Like it's more jetpack joyride-y.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
And like you said, when your game doesn't work, it does. And they're like, when our audience isn't engaged, they still are. They're still sucking on that teat, even if they don't know it.
But I also had to like restart my phone 3 times before the game worked. But I mean, maybe it's fine now. But
it was installing spyware onto your device.
But I was playing as Star-Lord, so it's a
fair enough.
Toss it up. But when the game actually starts, it's an open world action RPG on your phone, and I'm constantly in awe of this. The cinematics is what are going to get me through the game because it's very glossy and actually seemingly in engine. Because every now and then it'll cut to a video file and it's like the quality drops, and there you go. There's some QTEs and stuff. So it's fun. It's got all the tropes of like an action RPG. Once you get to see the like actual gameplay, the amount of attacks on screen, I'm not used to. I'm not used to mobile phone combat sort of thing. I barely play on my phone, so it was a bit of a shock to the system to kind of get used to that. And also just having
like the physical tapping and stuff. You mean?
Yeah, just like thumb usage.
Virtual thumbsticks are rough. Yeah, they'll never feel great. But
totally. And so this has the thing of all your combat on one side. You can move your camera. Whatever you're not touching will move the camera kind of deal.
Yeah.
But it's
Jesus.
Look at all those buttons over there.
It's a lot. And each of them kind of have their own like separate timer and stuff. You can add extra abilities as you play the game. I don't know. I'm enjoying it as a breeze. It's strange because this isn't. It's almost the same thing. well, he does turn up. The same with the thing with the Avengers game. It's not the type of game that I'd probably play, like anything that's kind of combat focused. But and also because this is basically the most standard, like mobile action RPG, but it's got a Marvel coding. There's nothing that really makes it feel driven by them apart from the fact their powers do certain things, and all the powers. Obviously, there's different attack, and they'll drain the health or whatever, right? They all feel the same as well. Like I don't know what they're doing, and the game doesn't try to tell me what they're doing. It just feels like there's a horde of enemies, and I'm just blasting whatever button will help me.
Yeah, is it kind of like Marvel Alliance-y in the sense that it's not totally isometric, but it's like that sort of, you're going to get hit with mobs, you're going to do like AoEs in large area. It's not single button press combat, but kind of is still. It's
totally got that. It's got that vibe, but I feel like in those Ultimate Alliance games, you have that. There's a tactical awareness to what you're doing. Like you're like, if I put this attack down, that'll stun them, and then I can move on. I don't know what anything is, and the game doesn't really step you through that. Like this is the tutorial level. From then on, it's like, here's some loot chests, and here's this little thing that'll power up that thing. It's like, I don't care about that. How's the game work?
So that's taking a back seat to the chests and the menus kind of thing.
The only recent reference that I have is when I played the Diablo Immortal alpha or preview, whatever it was, which felt awesome. It had far less input in terms of attacks, but you could see that basically every attack that wasn't just a standard attack had an effect marker, and you could see you're going to do a cone of damage this way, or you're going to do a fan of damage out from you in the center. Or you could see a lob line of what your attack was going to do and target. Whereas when you were just fighting things just now, is there any of that? It doesn't look like...
Not really. I mean, there's obviously this kind of imagery to each of them, but the actual attack itself just feels like an explosion of light. Like I don't actually know what I've just done. I'm sure it connects, but it's just very bright and very in your face that I could never tell what was actually happening. But I've played probably about 2 or 3 hours. Once you get past this, you can kind of pick your four or five characters. You can unlock different extra slots, so you can eventually probably play every character at any time. But to start off with, it's like pick your 4, like here.
And who'd you pick?
I tried so hard. I tried to avoid him. I didn't pick Spider-Man.
Taylor Swift as Captain Marvel. Taylor Swift in a wig as Scarlet.
Doctor Strange.
What's her name? What's that?
Black Widow.
Doctor Strange does look cool.
He looks super cool. And so the way they've kind of gone around with the open world of it all and having all the different characters is there's a convergence of multiverse, because that's the latest thing, which allows basically every universe is together, which is why there's thousands of Doctor Stranges and stuff populating the world, which is cool. And also this is like, if you want me to buy loot chests, you've got me.
Like Groot, like Groot carry them.
Yeah. I know that this is like, it's cool to hate on Marvel Avengers, but I did go and look at all the other people in the game right now. I did go and look at some like Twitch gameplay streams of people playing this today. And while I've got it downloaded and I'm going to check it out this weekend, I just think this is actually the game that I thought Avengers would be. And even though it is, the combat does look a little more simplistic and it is disappointing, it doesn't have controller support, that they have really gone heavy on the touch controls.
It's all those buttons, isn't it, I think?
Yeah, you can't put it back. At the moment, there's no like native backbone support or even just like a PS4 controller or something. But the fact that like you're in the middle of a fight and it's like punch, 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 and then it cuts to a clip of that person like flying across the room and that sort of thing. I'm like, it really does feel like a console game on the phone.
Totally.
But it feels more like a Marvel game than the Avengers game that we got that felt so sort of like weirdly dour and bland. At least this feels like it's colorful. A mobile game, but it feels like the Marvel universe just from what I've seen.
It leans into it in the way, like referencing Ultimate Alliance. It's a really good point. It's got that vibe, and each character seemingly has their own ongoing story. So when I picked Doctor Strange, he had an opening mission to himself, and then you kind of got brought into the open world aspect. And then I picked Black Widow, and it went chapter 1 again with a completely different story. And it seemed like very integral story. So it feels like there'll be story beats throughout a main campaign directed to each character, which, the Avengers game also didn't do. It was like, you get your one moment with them. Whereas this feels like there is actually a story planned for each of the characters in the game, which are, like I'll stick around. There doesn't seem to be a reliance on microtransactions. I've only played 2 hours and I'm already at a point where it's like, go grind for a bit before you can do this next mission.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
so there will be a bit of that, but...
I was going to ask about where does it start to feel like there's too many menus, too many stop-downs on your progression.
I think once you've installed it is probably the answer to that question.
Totally. Like that annoying mobile game of here's how every menu works and you're just tapping through and it's like, I'm going to forget all this. I don't actually know what you're telling me. I'm feeling that. And so depending on how the route it takes to level you up, that might be what gets me, because already seeing power caps on things, it's like I just want to get through the content. But in terms of money, there's like obviously MCU skins for it. The Avengers game, I think they're like $12 or something. For the MCU skins in this game are $69.99 for a single, and it comes with like all the little
nice,
a couple of little
dollars.
Yes.
$69.99 for a skin in a mobile game.
We need to reassess our thoughts from the day. Wow. Okay.
So it's
First of all, Will, why do you always have to make it about sex? Second, I don't understand how that is possible.
What? I think I do not. I'm wondering if I don't understand the currency that it comes with. It may be packaged with like 10,000 of the currency that you've got to earn, and that's kind of their bundling in. But like, because I was like, I want my dude to look like Benedict Cumberbatch. So I looked at it, and that was like pretty early on in the experience, and it did put a big sour taste. So
I'm sorry. Does it actually makes him look like Benedict Cumberbatch?
Not the face. Just the costume.
Just the costume. I was like, oh, right. Well, you pay $60 for a photo with Benedict Cumberbatch in it.
I paid way more than that. But yeah, like there's definitely those gross cosmetics in there, and but as always, you don't have to touch that. But it is always that element of I wish it wasn't here. It feels you could push me towards that in a way that I don't like. Like as simple as combat is, it's good fun. I think if I can get through the mission, if it lets me get through the campaign, Nick's still not recovered.
No, because I was like,
double check.
Is he right? Because you did say, I don't know whether or not I've got it wrong, and then I found an article and it's $62.99,
62,
and it was $50 US for the skin of you got the MCU Captain America hair, suit, shield, and boots.
You don't get like all the bits for Captain America
and teeth.
Well, we talked about this in the game plan. We were like, "There's all the million combinations."
There's customization, so all the bits of the costume are individual. So you could get the trousers of the MCU, and you can get them through the game. It seems like chest will drop elements.
You can find pants.
So, yeah, you can get pants.
You haven't sold me on that. No, it's okay. You can get his pants.
You can get his pants.
Do you get 20? Do you get like 20 pants, 20 tops, 20 helmets, and you can then do it all?
You can mix and match. Yeah, that's where the millions of combos. There's different like.
Do you get that in the $62?
No, you just get the MCU skin. Yeah, and that's it.
Yeah, that's it. You could just make him look like, and you can't even make him look like Chris Evans. You just make him look like Star-Lord in the coat. You make him look like Will in the coat.
Yeah.
RecTech AU in the chat says that's America's teeth, and I
very good.
That's right.
And Apollon Bishop said, if I pay that much, Chris Evans himself will give me his actual pants.
Spiceman says, but can you conga?
No emotes.
That's incredible. Okay.
Interesting.
Wow.
That's ridiculous. Well, I look forward to finding out which of those skins you buy next week.
Keep us updated on the pants.
Marvel Future Revolution. And then rounding out the gameplay this week, I'm not going to talk about 12 minutes. Steph kind of spoken about it a bit. We'll talk about it tomorrow. We're going to be doing a game club tomorrow evening at 9 p.m. tomorrow. We're going to be doing a game club. That's late. That's a late one.
That's like coming home. You rush home from work. You quickly have dessert with your partner, and then quickly rush in, turn the bedroom lights on, come in, watch it, and you'll be ready for a game club with us.
The other ones have been during the day, so it's nice to mix it up a bit for people who can't watch during the day. Now they get to watch a late one, and that's cool too.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll do that. But I have Psychonauts 2, obviously. I also have achieved my goal of I really wanted to like Ghost of Tsushima, and I didn't when it came out. I just kind of fell off it, and I went, you know what? I'll wait for the PS5 version, and then I went, you know what? I'll wait for the PS5 patch, and then I went, no, yeah, I'll wait for the actual PS5 director's cut. I got that. I booted it up. I've played like 7 hours of this game, and I played an hour and a half of the first one. Yep. So I am really, really enjoying it, and I don't have too much to add than the people, everyone who reviewed and played this game when it came out last year. I agree with everything that they said. The story for me is very boring. It's kind of like it's just so plodding and about honor and duty, and it's just like all the things that people had sort of been saying when it came out, of just going, it's kind of like it feels weighty, but it feels like surely at some point these people spoke about something other than the fact that
I was about to say, like, I hope this
do their duty and reclaim their honor.
I'm
there was
to play this, and I was going to say, I hope this.
Sorry.
I was going to say, I hope this doesn't come off as like insensitive, but it's like this genre is about that. Like in doesn't have to be in dialogue and story missions. Like being these characters in this time in this country, it's like it's going to come with a lot of, like, as I said, like honor and all that kind of stuff. So it'd be really interesting, as you said, to play missions that are slightly askew of that it's like experiencing different stories in that. So I'm really pumped to play this, but Nick, I'm cautious about hearing that they labor that on so heavily, or they lay it on so thick that you're like, I get it. I get enough from that, just from the setting and the trees and the horse. It's like, yeah, it's a Kurosawa film. It's like that's what this is about. So
I think it's not so bad. There's quests that you do that kind of telling you about different legends within sort of Japanese lore and stuff like that, and that's usually how you get some new like weapon or some new ability upgrade and stuff like that. And there's a bit of a story around some of the other characters in the game and how they were an apprentice to this guy and then they betrayed someone and all that kind of stuff. I think the issue is that it's like, you know how in some video games it's like there is an overarching story that are like, quick, we have to rescue this person, they're going to die any minute. And then it's like, cool, I'm just going to explore these 5 other area side quests first because that's how a game works. Yeah. And it's almost like this doesn't really lean into that enough because it's like he's just so focused on the fact that he has to kind of free Japan because this war is going on, and then doesn't give you enough to think about outside of that.
Light through the trees on the grass.
Yes, but that's the thing that you go, like, the combat is so much fun. The combat is so much fun. The world is so beautiful. So talking about some of the new stuff on PS5, I haven't got to Iki Island yet. You have to finish the first act, and I'm nearly there with that. I've got one more quest to do, I think, and then I can get to the second island.
Are you going to go there, or are you going to push on with the main?
So I've heard that it's best to go back there after. You don't need to have finished the game, but if you go there directly after Act 1, it will kick your ass. Right. So to do maybe Act 2 and then finish the second island with the expansion content. But the just the way that it runs on the PS5 is fantastic. This is one of the few games that I'm picking the graphics mode over performance mode because I'm not really seeing a massive difference frame rate wise. I don't think it's running I don't know if it's running between like 60 and I don't think it's 30 when you're on graphics mode. It doesn't feel...
So graphics mode is you're running it in like not native 4K, but you're running it in 4K at 60 FPS, and then performance mode is running at 30 frames per second at 4K as well. It's just there.
Full 4K.
No, it's not even full 4K still. It was that the developers were like, we almost took out the because graphics mode is running so well, as you're saying, Nick. Is that what you mean? It's running at 60.
Yeah. Good. I can barely tell the difference gameplay wise, but I can tell the difference graphics wise. So I'm like,
oh, sorry, I might have got that wrong. But essentially, it's like they were saying the performance mode looks as good as the graphics mode. They just left the graphics mode in because the performance mode they weren't 100% sure that it wouldn't drop like a single frame once every 1,000 frames or something.
And those digital Foundry hounds will be on it.
Yeah, so they left it in, but they were like, look, play performance mode. It'll look and play perfectly as well. They just couldn't.
Okay, right.
At the last
I mean, I've just been playing the graphics one because I go, it still feels fantastic and it looks the best that I can tell a slight difference, and I am playing on a 4K monitor, so
Thursday says it's in 60 frames on both modes.
Yes.
So I imagine it's something to do more with effects, lighting, aliasing, and probably resolution scaling.
4K, yeah.
Yep.
But so that's really good. The fast travel is phenomenal. It is a total game changer. It is the thing where I go, oh yes, this is the thing that stops me from one of the things that really stops me from getting into open world games is like how laborious it can be to get around these maps. And it's literally like open the map, click the button, and by the time you've finished pressing down on the button, you're standing there in the town. So you can bounce around this map insanely quickly and get stuff done. So I've been really enjoying that. But the combat is absolutely the star. The story is incredibly boring, and I hope that it picks up at some point. I've heard pretty good things about the expansion, but the expansion's only like 2 to 5 hours long or something. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. But I'm really glad that I found. Nick? Yeah, no, I'm such a hater of story in video games. I just love Quake.
Well, I want to play the co-op stuff as well with you, Nick.
Stories in the world design, Nick.
Co-op stuff. I've played some of the co-op stuff, and it's really, really fun. I feel like because when this game came out, people were comparing it a lot to The Witcher, and they're like, "Do you think this is like one that will like take the place of The Witcher for you?" And I was like, "I just don't think so," because the quests in The Witcher was so unique and exciting, and the storytelling was so great, and that just wasn't there in Ghosts.
Yeah, but I've heard phenomenal things about Legends. I'm really looking forward to checking that out. And then the last thing that I've been playing this week is Riders Republic. So Riders Republic is
here we go, another story game for Nick.
The story game. I'm sick of all these extreme sports skiers talking about honor and duty. Riders Republic is in open beta right now, and we have been playing the closed beta over the last couple of days, and it is pretty fun. I've been having a good time with this one. I think that it is everything that you expect when Ubisoft say, we've made an extreme sports game, and you're like, I know what tone that game's going to strike, and it absolutely does that. But I think that at the moment in the open beta, there is 4 different, four different sports: biking, skiing, the glider thing, and rocket glider, biker.
There's a parachute with a fan on the back.
Parachute. That's right.
Then there's a snowmobile as well to get around on.
Oh, okay, right.
And I think when you max out the progression of the beta, you get a snowboard, which is skiing, but with a snowboard, right?
Cool.
Yeah,
okay,
you do.
Cool.
Yeah,
cool.
you do.
And when this first got announced, the main thing that we spoke about was, I wonder what it will be like jumping between different sports, how those will control, because while they're similar in some regards, riding a snowmobile is very different to what it will feel like riding a 2-wheel bike, and that's different to skiing. And I think that the game does a pretty good job of jumping you between those things. There is a sort of stiffness to all the controls I've found, but after a few races on each thing, I've kind of found the way that I feel like I'm supposed to be playing it, and then I've gone, okay, I can see the compromises that you've made here to be able to quickly switch me between different disciplines and not make and while at the beginning I was like, oh god, the biking doesn't feel particularly like I'm riding a bike. It feels like I'm sort of like on a rail and controlling the direction or something. I did then go, okay, but when I suddenly become on skis and then I'm in a parachute and then I'm in a glider, I don't want to have to relearn how all these things control and have to my brain to change. Like, God, this feels a completely different way. So I think that they've actually struck that happy medium that might not feel great for the first half hour that you play, but after an hour or so you go, okay, I now know how this game wants me to play.
You now know how to control a Riders Republic character, not all the different disciplines specifically.
Exactly.
It's just I've got that.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point. Yeah, like this world that they keep referring to as the Republic is like has its own unique momentum system. And that's kind of the thing that you're learning.
It's always a revolution with the French, isn't it?
They love it. They love it. But it is there is some very dumb costumes in here, and I have been enjoying my time. The mass race thing is really fun. It holds up pretty well, and I think they do a cool thing, which I'm fairly certain this is the way that they're doing it, but there are lots of simultaneous people in your instance, I suppose, but it's also taking data of other people who have been in here recently and sort of like loading them in as ghosts that look like real people. So it's just using the what they did while they were here, but they're not actually playing it concurrently with you.
Oh, that's cool.
So
I just thought they were AI. Yeah.
Yeah. So the sense of population is
Their
really, really
avatars
good.
are back.
Exactly.
Well, you can tell the difference
but they're
because
real people, and I really like
Yeah,
it.
it's awesome.
you can tell the difference because the moving around,
back.
the teleporting around this map is amazing and like really quite quick. And I can't wait to play the full game to be like, oh, it moves you around really quick if you need to get to the other side of the mountain. And you go somewhere really weird and like out of the way, and suddenly there's someone on a bike like, hey, and they're right past you. You're like, what? But and you're right. If it was AI, there are a couple of them who just like go down the track, and you're like, well, there goes an AI, and then one will do something like awkwardly backflip and then get onto their feet and run around and then get on another bike and leap off a cliff, and you're like, oh, okay, that's cool, but clearly that's maybe what that is. It's like, yeah, they're taking someone else's data from there and saying that's what they did at the time. So that's a cool idea.
Yeah, it's cool.
I think
and sorry, go.
Nope. I was just going to say one of the things that I think Ubisoft run into a little bit, and I think will with this as well, is kind of the sell of it, because it's a party game.
Totally, man.
But it's a AAA developer. It's a AAA finish.
Yeah.
And it doesn't, and it looks like maybe a bit rough edged as a AAA finish. But if you think about it in the vein of it being like a Party Animals or a Fall Guys, and having that same tone, that same approach to development of like everyone should just be having a stupid fun time. I think they've achieved something really impressive. But they have the baggage of being Ubisoft and making the coolest sports game ever.
Culture. Like you don't get a mobile call from a Falls Guy character going, "Hey, you're pretty rad out there. Come and join my come and test this new thing." You're like, "Go away!" Like,
because look at this. Like, this is really cool. And what this is marbles on stream jacked up to 40.
Absolutely,
it's like the biggest party game that you could buy, and it's actually really, really fun. And I have yet to actually play it with like a group of people. I'm sure that we will play it together at some point. But it like I imagine doing this with friends, having this kind of race would be tons and tons of fun. And so, I think you're totally right that it doesn't need to be Assassin's Creed in the same way as like just release the friggin' what's the game? Roller Champions. Just release it. The more that you don't release it, the more expectations being put on this thing that it's like you're doing something massive with it. And it's like, no, it just needs to be the game that I play for 20 minutes. I need to play it for 20 minutes at a time, but I need to play it 20 minutes every single night because it's like the last thing I play before I go to bed, or the game that we play while we're waiting for someone to come and join us in Destiny or something. Like, that's what these games need to be. So,
and they need that to be, and I don't want to sort of put a sour note at the end of this, but they need that to therefore be, when you boot this up for the first time and this is all you want to do, you can get there in 5 minutes, not an hour. Because like the beta is definitely set up in a way to teach you the game, and I'm sure they'll have that as part of the full release when it comes out. But I have some friends who are pretty time poor who would love this, who I know for a fact will get 20 minutes into the third phone call from the radical guy who owns the food truck, who wants you to come and try out the new gear at his new location before you're allowed to go into the open world to blah, 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 blah. And they are going to say no, and they're going to leave. And I'm going to be like, but it's fun.
Look, I literally was just on skis and now I'm in a jetpack. Like, how
they're like, I'm still on a menu unlocking gear, working out how gear works. So hopefully they streamline that. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, but it is fun, and I think it's a pretty solid beta for them. So that's available for everyone to play right now. I think on basically everything. So it's worth checking out if that's something you're into. Okay, let's move on. That's a lot of games that we've been playing. We've got a lot more show ahead of you. So let's jump to a commercial break, and we'll be back right after this word. Shorts, they're summer's pants. From cargos to cutoffs, Bermuda to board shorts, when you want to show off the fourth worst part of the human body, wear Orenishii shorts. Every pair of Orenishis are single origin, fair trade and handmade by this lonely, overworked child robot with hands. The process couldn't be simpler.
We start by asking for your measurements. Then, in the spirit of fairness, we send you our measurements. Our robot will send you fabric samples of 6 kinds of thick denim. We then make a full pair of jeans. After sending you a picture of us wearing the jeans and look and fit, we surgically remove the excess pant and voila! You've got yourself a pair of original Orenishis. And to ensure there's no wastage and a dolphin doesn't choke on them or something, we take those discarded leg bits and use them in our latest product, Orenishii sleeves. Orenishii sleeves for when you accidentally bought a singlet. So don't settle for sweaty knee pits. Order your Orenishis today. They're the only shorts you'll ever need.
Oh yeah. Oh. Oh my fucking god. Oh my god. I mean, it's basically just coming vanilla cream into my mouth. I'm so sorry for that sentence. Oh. They never would have let me say it on the ABC or Channel 7, but I was thinking it all the time.
Hey everyone. Some of you may know me as Liam, most of you probably know me as Avexia, and I'd say everybody knows me as that guy that doesn't shut the fuck up about Destiny. But since you mentioned Destiny, let me tell you about something so revolutionary that it will change the way you play Destiny forever. Have you heard of the Destiny 2 Companion app? The Destiny 2 Companion app is the perfect way to grab bounties without needing to go back to the tower, talk to your clan, or see what's happening in the game each and every week. You can download the Destiny 2 Companion app for free right now on all good app stores. You should download it right now. Now. Go and download it. Right now.
You made a lot of enemies today, my friend. A lot of people in chat. No.
Well done.
Good. That's amazing. Dusk Bunny, you're not even getting paid for this. You're paying them to advertise it. So true. So true. That was a great, as Pete pointed out, that was a great one take as well. Just one take wonder sitting in the
I know. I'm so impressed. That was some professional stuff.
Yep.
I haven't. I'm proving it right now. I can't get more than 3 sentences out without having to cut.
That's right. And Gus liked the jacket enough that he actually asked how much Destiny he needs to play to get the jacket.
I don't think I've seen a raid jacket that isn't awesome. Like, they have such a cool design.
Cool.
And like, you've seen the shoes. They were like, what are the coolest shoes we could make? And they like rang up Palladium. They're very clever.
But it's, and I know we've talked about the jackets a lot, but I want to play Destiny 2 a lot, and I want someone to take me under their wing, but having a physical goal at the end of it as well is such a lovely idea.
You say you want
being
these
like,
things, but we're all right here, Gus, and yet you
I don't want the playing together. Forget that can go to hell. I want the jacket, and I have a physical thing now at the end of it. I'm like,
Gus,
now I see something I want.
You and I should not play games together. A massive thank you as well to Fleyward and Orenishii as well for your continued support. If you want to become a supporter of our show, head to patreon.com/backpocket or backpocket.gg and find out how you could contribute your dollars to our show.
Speaking, I will take you under my fucking wing, Gus. If you don't, we need to sign a contract in blood to get that jacket, though. Avexia.
You will. Okay, let's move on now. And before we get to our next big segment, let's have a little segment we like to call Pocket League.
Let's go and turn down that music.
Let's go. Is brought to you by Jepp. It's Jepp. Now available at all good retailers. Jepp. It's Jepp thing. Jepp, thank you very much for sponsoring this week's edition of the Pocket League. A little quick check-in on the Pocket League, I think, because 12 Minutes has obviously come out to what we assumed would have been incredible, glowing, unanimous reviews, and it is one of the most divisive games, I think, that's been released this year, and I think that the score reflects that somewhat. It's sitting on a healthy, but the lowest one so far is 78% out of everything that we've seen so far. IGN said 12 minutes injects a compelling time loop mystery into a traditional point-and-click adventure game to create original gameplay that complements its story curiosity factor. PC Gamer wrote, a clever time loop setup devolves into frustrating repetition. And Nick Boy said, what the fuck just happened? So, all over the gamut on that one.
Can everyone in the chat please focus on the scores that are up there and not the scores that aren't up there and the games that don't have scores yet? I can see it just as well as the rest of you. Let's just focus on the ones that are up, okay?
I think you may only get Deathloop come out.
I know. I was thinking that.
I know, right?
I think we can safely assume that Jet the Far Shore isn't going out this year.
No, Jet the Far Shore is coming in October.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Yep.
So there was quite a bit
another
of
one for Steph. Hooray!
Over the past week, we've had quite a few confirmations. So Jet the Far Shore is coming in October. That got confirmed.
Oh, nice.
Lego Star Wars.
We just need Nick to get one that's not getting released this year.
No, I've got two, so it's okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so Lego Star Wars is coming in spring of 2022. So that is officially coming out next year. Horizon Forbidden West is coming February 2022, which is officially delayed to next year.
Savage.
The Gunk is confirmed to come out in December, so I'm very excited about that. Open Roads has been officially delayed as well, so we need to update that graphic that because of the absolute toxic work environment at that studio, that game has been delayed, which is very frustrating. Halo Infinite, obviously confirmed, is coming out as well, and Back 4 Blood, and Total Warhammer. Haven't heard anything about Total Warhammer.
December.
What's going on with that?
Yeah, I know. And they had a Total Warhammer conference. It's just
you just skip over all of my games.
Well, Gus,
they're not coming out.
Did you want to? None of your games. Most of your games aren't
Sons
even.
of the Forest still could
confirmed
come
for
out
next year.
Sons of the Forest still slated for 2021.
Number one game.
Senua's Saga Senua's Saga is so not coming out anytime soon that the last trailer they put out was people in mocap.
Hurry up, guys! Hurry up!
So. Open Roads is confirmed not coming out. My only saving grace would be a surprise Hollow Knight Silksong drop, and I think we're probably reaching the point where there's not enough time for that game to be announced and released. There's a chance,
everyone knows
but it would have to happen in the next month.
Everyone knows I took a gig on the side with Ubisoft just to slowly push Roller Champions in whatever way I can do. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens with Total Warhammer 3, which still is listed for a 2021 release, late 2021, but there's no confirmation. But at the moment, it is looking like Steph is running away with it. And
well done.
Our only hope is Warhammer 3 with Pete or Hollow Knight Silksong. And if Hollow Knight Silksong drops, then I'm a solid contender. And so is Pete.
I'm pretty confident Back 4 Blood and Halo Infinite will do mid-80s.
Yeah, they'll do numbers, for sure.
Yeah. They'll do numbers. And then I need Total Warhammer 3 to beat 78.
Yeah.
Obviously, It Takes Two is a really high score, and New Pokemon Snap is a few points shy.
Injuries or something, Nick? I know there was something to do with the fact that it's
not this season, mate. Not this season.
So I think that is. I would love to, Gus. Let me talk to you about fantasy sports, because I think next season what would be a nice system. No, I actually think what would be a nice season is that we have 2 reserve games that get auto subbed in. You put them in an order, and they get auto subbed in when something gets delayed. The first of your games comes in, and then the second game comes in when a second game gets delayed. I think it's worth it because obviously a lot of game delays. Okay, cool. But that is a little check-in with Pocket League. Thank you very much, Jepp, for sponsoring Pocket League.
You can bring Nick. Oh no, I was going to say,
Pete, that was your cue for the Pocket League.
Oh, you want to hear that again?
It's like, why are you pointing?
That's the most uplifting tune for the most dour segment for me.
It is our favorite. It's our second favorite. I was about to say it's our favorite. Yeah, maybe it's our third favorite now. Back in Jack's. Because I think that our favorite segment theme song is the one that's coming up right now, because I think it's time to play Pete's Party Time, or is it?
Will's Party, yeah, it's Will's Party time.
Oh God!
So disturbing. Hello, Will.
I did have both headphones. I heard all of it. It looked like I was putting them both in, but I heard it.
Because I don't want to play that again, ever again.
That Pepper, have you ever heard the thing where people, I can't remember what they type in, but the text-to-speech lady, when you think you write really long, she just kind of stumbles and it gets really weird.
If you write like PF, she goes like...
I remember that from TeamSpeak.
Yeah.
Remember when you used TeamSpeak and it had a text to voice thing when somebody would enter the server and it would be like...
has entered the server.
Yes, Mangus has entered the server. And it would be like a helicopter goes...
Yes.
So we have not told Will about any of what we're about to do, and we thought that in celebration of his birthday that we would create a special Will's Party Time game for him. And we're trying to figure out, what. Yeah, the balloons are new. Yeah, God bless you, Roxy. We were trying to figure out what that game would be, and then we went, well, there's so many good ones. Let's just do a bit of everything. So we've put together a best of Pete's Party Time that is all Will themed. We've got 4 games to play with you, Will, and we're just going to burn through them, but they're all about you. They're all in celebration of you and how much we love you.
And the most exciting part is that we get to play all the title cards from all the games that we've come up thus far. That was really the motivation behind doing this.
Exactly. So let's get into our first Will's Party Time game, and that is, of course, review, review.
There it is.
There's no
it's the card.
Hang on. It is review.
We had to quickly find a still, and we were like, this never had a sting. So there we go.
They started off very, very basic. So review. For those of you who don't remember, it was the first Pete's Party Time game that we played, and the objective behind this game is... So what?
Was that a point? That is true.
Yeah. He's trying to point to Will, you're the only contestant. The points don't matter.
Chat, keep a track of Will's points as we go through the segment.
I think that's a
We might assign them. Will might assign them to himself as we go. Will's on 1 point.
It's his birthday. All points go towards the total. So
he's back to 0.
The objective behind this one is we pick a review from Will's time on Good Game Spawn Point, and we give you a couple of sentences from this review. We want to see if you can remember what game you were reviewing at the time on Good Game Spawn Point based off these sentences. I'm going to give you the first one, Will. The first quote from your review.
The 6 points.
6 points. I love a bit of sandbox destruction, but the explosions weren't impressive enough to make up for how disappointing the sandbox itself felt.
Ooh.
Love a bit of sandbox destruction, but the explosions weren't impressive enough to make up for how disappointing the sandbox itself felt.
I straight away go to a Lego Movie 2 is where I went to.
Interesting.
It's a sandbox.
Locking it in?
Yeah.
No, he's not locking it. What are you talking about?
There's Dreams. Dreams is kind of a sandbox, but there's not really explosion. I mean, that's on me.
You're wrong.
You're
wrong.
There.
For 5 points.
That's why I said, does he want to lock it in? He says, oh, okay, we keep going.
No, we just keep going, mate.
We have to remember as well. This was games being reviewed for Good Game Spawn Point, so there's a 98% chance that this game is rubbish.
The visceral nature of the violence really speaks to its core. Wait a minute.
It's true. The next quote.
Yeah.
The world is your oyster. The world is your oyster. Love a bit of sandbox destruction, but the explosions weren't present enough to make up for how disappointing the sandbox itself felt. The world is your oyster.
It's doing nothing.
No.
There yet?
No.
Not there.
You got 1 more?
Points.
Yep.
Yeah.
Even when you seemingly follow blank to a T, blank will still find something wrong with it. Even when you seemingly follow blank to a T, blank will still find something wrong with it.
Come on, blanket.
Blake. Someone's finding something wrong with it. A character's finding something wrong with it? Someone's giving me a tutorial?
Oh, could be onto something.
Oh my god.
Game.
The score you gave this game was 2 out of 5.
That's most
Rubber
of the
Chicken
games.
Chefs.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. I don't remember the name of it, but it was definitely sim heavy, and I remember there being...
Oh, that's unfortunate. Go with that's the end of the game.
Go with your gut.
Cooking simulator?
Cooking simulator?
Yeah?
Hell yeah, baby! That's
One point for Will. It's true.
I love a bit of sandbox. I love a bit of sandbox destruction, but the explosions were not impressive enough to make up how pointless the sandbox experience felt. The world is
Put all
your
those
oyster.
comment pages up.
Even when you seemingly follow the recipe to a T, customers will still find something wrong with it.
I was very focused on this, so that all the words are gone. There's a lot of movement that I had to remember. I remember the movement.
Yeah.
Spawn point where the physicality outshines everything.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to not just smile the entire time and also remember the words that you're saying. You also have aged like 60 years in the 2 years.
I don't know what I've been up to since I left Spawn Point, but I don't know. It's
aged you.
It's aged me.
Yeah,
you've got you got two babies on your little chair behind you.
It also looks like because of the headphones, it looks like your glasses have one of those like old man little wires attached to it, so that you don't like lose them and they can just hang around your neck.
There is.
Where have I put them? They're right where I left.
Oh no, William. What do you do with the top of that thing?
Don't be an old man with a child's toy. That's not a good look.
That was a weird choice to bring in.
There was a third child. I said 2, there was 1 more. I have 3.
Oh, okay. Yeah. This is more of a sex toy than a child. Moving on to game 2.
How do you make it?
Peter, what's game 2?
The game 2 is...
What the fuck did you just say to me? What the fuck did you just say to me? What the fuck did you just say to me? What the fuck did you just say to me? What the fuck did you just say to me? What the fuck did you just say to me?
Okay.
Doesn't everyone get just as distressed from slowed down podcast speed?
So what the fuck did you just say to me is where we're going to get you to Will, I actually need you to go to YouTube or Spotify, and I need you to look up Rock DJ by Robbie Williams. You're going to need to play that. Pete is going to cut the audio
for me
of us talking to you, and we are going to say some sentences at you, and you need to guess what we're saying. Now,
I picked a good night to wear a bold lip. A bold lip will help you in this situation.
Still here.
A bold
Still
lip.
here?
Oh, no, well, it's not on you. It's on me. I've just got to mute Discord.
Oh, it's Discord. You're in Discord.
It's all on me.
Oh, yeah, cool. Yeah, okay, good. Yeah, good.
So I can't hear anything.
A bold lip. She's got a bold lip. And the theme for this one, Will, is all of the phrases that we're going to say to you tonight.
Get in the song.
He's not.
He's muted himself.
He's muted.
He's muted.
He's quick. He's an efficient worker.
So can you hear us now?
No.
No. Okay. Will.
Hang on.
Will.
I need more.
Yeah. We're going to explain the game first. We'll explain the game first.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
I can server mute you. I can server deafen you. You don't have to do anything. I'll server deafen you.
Okay. Cool.
When we start. Yeah.
It's going well.
I will say this is why it is important to rehearse, but you can't rehearse when you're trying to spring a segment on someone. And so it's just a catch-22. Will, all of the sentences that we have for you tonight are phrases from the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Oh, wow.
They are phrases from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Okay, now mute.
We're going to give you a thumbs up if you get it right.
Correct. Yes. Yep. Let's explain more. So it's going to go. We're going to go in order of. This is chaos order. It goes. Nick, do you want to say something? Oh, yeah. Okay.
No. I was going. It's me.
Okay.
Yeah. I reckon wave. We're going to do a wave when we're the person talking to you.
Yep.
Yeah. And then we'll give you thumbs up if you got it right, and the next person will start waving.
Oh, great.
Okay.
Cool.
All right.
Good.
All right. You're going.
Robbie Williams.
And
What are we playing?
Just talk out your thinking.
Sure.
Talk out your thinking. Talk out your thinking.
Yep. All right.
Have we got music, Pete?
We got a bit of music. Yep. And you're deafened.
Okay. He's good. Wakanda forever.
What the fuck did you just say to me?
Wakanda.
I'm asking.
Wakanda.
What?
Forever. Wakanda.
Together.
Forever.
We are together.
Wakanda. Forever. Wakanda. Forever. Wakanda forever.
Getting closer to the screen will definitely help.
Wakanda forever.
Hang on.
Do the symbol.
Wakanda.
Yeah.
Wakanda forever.
Forever. Wakanda forever. Yeah.
All right, Pete, you're up.
Pete.
You go full screen?
Yep. I am Groot.
I am Groot.
Yes.
I am Groot.
Well done.
Got it.
Got that one.
Smashed it.
Well done.
Smashed it.
Oh, no. Stephanie, you're up.
Steph.
You see me? Hello?
Yeah.
Hello? Yeah, okay.
He's got you.
It's always been.
He's listening to Rock DJ.
Yeah, okay. That's America's ass.
That's something.
That's America's ass.
Whoa.
Sorry, I shouldn't have cut while you're looking.
That's America's ass.
That's my mistake. That's. Whoa.
That's America's ass.
Don't know.
Look in the direction, Steph.
That's America's ass.
No, not your ass.
Oh, it's America's ass.
Yes!
Yeah.
Gus,
you're up. Yeah, I'm up.
Oh, good.
Oh my god.
I'm glad.
So close up.
I am Iron Man.
I have a plan. I
Pretty close.
I am Iron.
am Iron Man. Very good.
Good.
It's in the acting.
I'm always angry. I'm always angry.
I am good at
I'm
everything.
always angry. Yes, I'm
I am-
always angry. I'm always angry.
Be the character.
Oh, I am.
I'm always angry.
Oh,
God.
I'm always
Robbie,
angry.
go away.
I'm always angry. I'm always
am-
angry. I'm always angry.
I-
I'm always
You're an angry
Oh my
face.
god.
I'm always
Sweet.
angry.
I am. Oh, frowning.
I'm always angry.
I am. I am inevitable.
I'm always angry.
Oh, I'm always angry. I'm always angry. Got it. I am is getting familiar.
All right, this is impossible.
Okay. There's only one God, ma'am, and I'm pretty sure he doesn't dress like
Is this
that.
a long quote or is? Okay.
There's only one God, ma'am, and I'm pretty sure he
That's
doesn't
always me
dress
with the
like
papa.
that.
That's something with the dance. That's.
There's...
Pete acted out with the whole like.
Yeah.
There's only one God, man. Do the whole. Do the shit.
From what?
Oh, Robbie.
The whole what?
I don't even know what it's from.
Really? It's from Captain America.
There's
Agent
only
Coulson.
one God, ma'am, and I'm pretty sure he
That's-
doesn't look like that.
God, I'm
Peter's
terrible.
range.
I can't do it. This one's so different. Which I guess is the point of quotes.
I'm gonna do it.
Nick,
Okay.
Nick's gonna do it.
Oh,
There's only one God, ma'am, and I'm pretty sure he doesn't dress like that.
God, there's so many words. That's
There's only
always. That's
One
awesome. That's why
God.
they call it the blues. That's
ma'am,
that's
and
boobies.
he doesn't dress like that.
They're not. What?
My turn.
Me do it. Okay.
Oh God.
There's only one God, man.
What a fucking
and
tool!
I'm pretty sure
you can't
he
see your
doesn't
mouth
dress.
because you turned your head away.
Did that help? Was that supposed to help? I can't.
Let me.
Yeah, okay, Steph, go.
I can't do it.
There's only one God, ma'am, and I'm pretty sure he doesn't
I'm pretty sure.
dress like that.
It's fucking amazing.
That was
perfect.
something about a baby, and I'm wearing.
Okay. Are we just gonna give it to him? Let's
Yeah, we're gonna
bring
give it to him.
back.
We're gonna-
Will
William, you're back.
come back.
Okay,
Come back.
thank you.
You're back.
You're back.
I'm just.
Is that all at once?
You're back in the room.
No,
Please.
I would like. Can we just get Gus to act it out?
Yeah.
That was fun.
Here he goes.
There's only one God, ma'am, and I'm pretty sure he doesn't dress like that.
Good.
I don't even know what I'm doing anymore.
Oh, God.
Okay, good.
Nailing it.
And Nightbot says, "Happy birthday, Will." He's now on 3 points. So well done, Will.
Awesome.
Moving on
Is it
now to our
Agent
third
Coulson
game.
who says that about Loki?
That's that's Captain America talking about Thor.
Talking about Thor, yeah.
Yeah.
Minus points for me.
That's a point.
Okay. So,
That's a point for Will. That's one point
moving
for
on to our third game. Now, Will, we didn't tell you. Do you have a piece of paper and a pen lying around?
I can.
Texter?
I've definitely got a
Texter, maybe?
scalpel. Let me
What's the like thickest texter you have?
Let's go.
Roxy, run in here with a thick texter and a piece of paper.
No, I got a marker.
Okay, cool. Okay, we're good. So the third game is
this one.
a little something we call photo recall.
I think it's just
Also no audio stick.
Also no music. God, we really...
no, yep.
There was a definitive turning point, and maybe it was the
Hone
Pocket
Zone?
League
The
where we
Hones.
decided to go and
Yeah.
let's start
Everything
putting
needs a
theme songs
sting.
on everything. Yeah. Pete, do you want to explain photo recall?
Yeah, so photo recall is pretty much as it's described. We're going to give William a character or a thing to draw entirely from memory. What we'll do is, William, I need to confirm that. Let me say.
Do you want a minimum?
Can you now only see the review screen? Yep, cool. So that's what I'm sending to you. I can. We will see, and I have to make sure I do this properly so Will doesn't get the cheekies. But we're gonna throw some Doctor Who special characters your way. You're gonna have to recall them entirely from memory. You're gonna draw them on a piece of paper, and you're going to reveal that drawing, and the audience will know what to expect.
Yeah. Okay.
And I will also request that you don't look at the Twitch stream at the time as well, because the audience will be seeing the thing on screen.
Minimized. It's a good thing I'm in this room and not the other one. Otherwise, I could look at Doctor Who stuff. But they're separate.
That makes sense.
You have another room of Doctor. Forget. Don't answer that question.
Wow.
Okay.
Some people collect Nazi uniforms, and this is Will's other secret room is Doctor Who paraphernalia.
Mum's real happy that I went the other way.
Okay, so
do we have a timer for him as well? I was going to give him 60 seconds. Does that
give
work?
him 60 seconds. Yeah, do it on your phone. Yeah, do it on your phone.
Okay. Pete, count me in.
Okay, so your first drawing, William, is of the Dalek, a classic Doctor Who character. Everyone knows what a Dalek looks like. Don't embarrass
really, the
yourself
Nazis
here,
of
William.
Doctor Who, if you look at
They were based on German tanks.
Wait, what?
That was the point. They're like little war machines. Like
Does he get more points for this? He totally should.
Yeah, that's a point. That's a point.
That's a point.
Any fact
that's
drop.
a point. Yeah, that's a point.
Are we? And the more trivia you can, teach us about said characters while you draw it.
There's species, but if I'm wrong, then I lose a point. There's species with a Khaled, which is Dalek backwards.
Oh, that's such a Doctor Who thing
Can
to
you
do.
be a species?
Did you say
if you're
DJ
a robot?
Khaled?
Does that...
Yeah, that was him.
They're like fleshy aliens in the suits, though, Nick. They're like,
That's right.
Yeah.
They're like they're tiny nude children in the suits, Nick. You would love it.
I love it. You've got 15 seconds left, Will. 15 seconds.
15 seconds.
It's your drawing of the Dalek. Stark Manga says, "What if he draws the organic thing inside rather than suit?" And that would be hella points. I'm going to say.
But
and
We won't know
Will,
what
your
we're looking
time is up.
all right.
All right.
Hopefully it'll come.
all right, pens down. Let's have a look.
Holy shit!
That's spot on.
Okay, so he's not only done the
What
Dalek.
hell?
I did the other
That
one
is
when he said it.
insane.
That's
He's done the
spot
creature.
on.
He managed
Oh
to get
my
all the dots
gosh.
around the chassis of it. He got the little.
Like the number of like circular things on the top part, like the ring around it. That's amazing.
He's also got there's the nose eye bit at the top. There's the suction cap bit that looks like a plunger, and there's the little gun out of it. It's fucking spot on.
That's insane, William.
To paraphrase the segment before, how did you do that? That's my secret. I'm always drawing Doctor Who villains.
When you asked him to pick up a pen and paper, he went down and reached for Dalek sketchbook. I was like, all right.
Most people did
All
the
right,
cool
well-
S in the margins. I did a Dalek. There you go.
good.
There it is.
Well, Pete, what's his
William-
second notebook he's going to need to grab?
Look away for a second, William, because I need this to be on this screen to do something. Okay. The second you can look back now.
Okay.
You're all good. The second Doctor Who alien/villain is the Ood.
The Ood. LokiCat throwing a bunch of gifted subs in there, which I'm only going to assume, thank you so much, LokiCat, is because of how good Will's drawing is. So the pressure is now on for Will to do an amazing drawing of the Ood, and LokiCat setting herself up there that if it's another great drawing, you need to give more subs.
That's true.
We've set it up as a thing now.
And I will say, which we missed before, Toxachorg gifted 15 subs earlier tonight. Taris gifted 5 subs earlier tonight as well. We've got just such generous people doing the Lord's work. Coastal City gifted 5. Lord Phoenix gifted 3. Bluey Watson, Carnade, Jade. So thank you so much, all of you, for the gifted subs. That's incredible.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, heroes.
The ood is the most disgusting thing.
I hate the ood.
Yeah, we're not on the third
I
one
hate
yet.
how gross it is mixed with this weird thing that they're like
drinking
and
out
it
of a
has an
straw?
accessory.
Yeah.
I hate that as well. It's like that's what they used to talk out of, I think, Will. I don't know.
That's their like translation orb that gets hacked by the devil in their first appearance.
Oh, that's right.
Oh my
It looks
goodness.
like it actually looks like the cigarette lighter from the first episode of Black Books, where Fran's trying to figure out the thing that she's selling.
That's right. And she go up to it and go, "Hello."
Hello. Yeah.
How are we for time, Nick?
We have 13 seconds, 12 seconds, 11
To
seconds.
be honest, bad creature design, for my opinion. A devil hacking it, also stupid. But that is the Tenant debating with the devil episode,
It is.
right?
It is.
And
he has, like 2
when you're
jars
talking
and
about
stuff.
performances, Tenant, mwah.
He's amazing.
Good. He's a good who. And that is your time, Will. Let's see.
All right.
Your,
Oh my god, I can't wait to see
Stop
this.
before you said that was time.
I did. I was coloring
Like,
it.
you were done. You were done.
Amazing!
Yeah,
And he's
hold the
holding the
ball.
ball as well.
Shit.
He got the same wrinkles on the forehead.
Yeah.
The wrinkles was the moment I was like, "Is this too far? Is this going to ruin it if I've got the
You
wrinkles wrong?"
forgot his weird little ears, though.
The
I will
ears,
say.
yeah.
He does have little gooby ears.
Minus 16 points. No,
Fair.
minus
There you
16. He's even got the tilt on the eyes, that the eyes are actually coming in at a hard diagonal down towards the mouth.
Yep.
Yeah. God.
Can I say? I don't like. I'm sure there are ears. I couldn't remember them. Is there?
Oh yeah, hang on.
And
let
you
me show
call
you. Let me
yourself
show
a
you.
Doctor Who.
There it is. Oh
little-
yes.
yeah, the little wedge-
I thought there was
little wedge.
wrinkles. Yeah,
And you
I
forgot the
got-
balloons he's holding as well. That
That's
was embarrassing.
true. That was unfortunate.
Your parents watching in the other room right now going, we did something right.
All right. Will, avert your eyes for 1 second. I'm gonna avert.
I'm excited about
You're
this
clear.
next one.
You're clear. You're clear.
I got you.
The final photo recall, please, Peter.
Yep. It is the Slitheen.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Bunch of
I did not
farting
know
monsters.
that's the most disgusting thing I'm telling you.
Oh man, these are gonna. That's a hard one.
I remember the first episode where I saw these, and it was one of the reasons I think I stopped watching Doctor Who.
I'm with you, Steph.
Jesus
That's my point where I go, you know what?
Spice Man.
Jesus wept.
Jesus wept. Well, he knew he could create no more creature more hideous than the Slitheen.
God was not here.
I didn't even
When
know these
did-
existed. These were Eccleston aliens, apparently.
This is from
that
his
right?
4th episode, I think.
Don't stop
God
drawing,
damn it,
mate.
Will.
We know you're
I
good.
don't. These
already
ones
done. He's already done. He's
no,
colouring in.
this one is gonna be the one that I mess up because I can't remember anything. I remember they were bulky.
we'll
But that's
reference
about
again.
all.
definitely have a lot of
says,
bulk.
Trivia, Will, what planet did they come from?
basically-
Raxacalicophalopatorius was the planet.
Alabatorius. Oh my goodness.
I look disappointed, but I'm so fucking impressed.
Yeah,
That's
man.
so good.
Oh my god.
These also feel like I didn't watch as much of the Eccleston one, and I appreciate what he did for the whole series. But it was also the one where they were like, we can make him cool in a leather jacket. And then clearly they were like, we can create our first original creature. And the creature department went, we got this! And they went and spent everything on these. And they were like, ooh.
Well, it's because the rest of them were like all the other creatures were like, what can we make out of the kitchen drawer in the green room?
What
And
else
this
is a
was the first
mask on
time
a
when
human
they're like,
body?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Okay, Will, your time is up. Can we please see your Slitheen?
Can I see it as well at the same time this time?
Yeah.
I'm intrigued by.
Yep. Okay. Here we go.
It's a baby one.
so solid. That's so solid.
That's
Love
it.
it.
The head's up-
It's got the little Michelin Man
It's
arms
the
and
head's upside
everything.
down. That's all it is.
He's
It's-
even got
yeah,
the
the head is
same
upside down.
sticking, protruding.
The shape of the head is upside down.
And the claws.
Oh, there's like a little connector on a rod on the arm.
You got
They
the
have a
belly,
weird
right?
thing around their neck. What's that about?
Disgusting.
Yeah.
The neck
like a-
thing, that's how they fit into human flesh costumes. Because if you remember in the show, they just peel their flesh off. And then,
Oh.
If you
Yeah.
remember.
if you remember from
show.
2005.
If you remember the show.
I feel like I buried
remember
that
the
show,
show.
and now it's back.
My god.
I mean, you bloody nailed it, man. One more
So-
time. One more time.
that is so impressive how close you were with all those things. It speaks to your epic fandom
see-
of Doctor Who.
Can we see all of them again? Just
Well,
walk us through. Yep.
a
This
Dalek
is now
and an Ood.
like
Dalek and Ood. Lovely. Oh, these are going straight to the fridge.
Absolutely. Is
Yeah.
it this way?
Oh, what fell out just then?
Let's find out together.
That's a drawing of a Teletubby.
It's I have no idea what that. Oh no! Oh, you know what it is?
please.
Dear William, once again, congratulations on your acceptance into the ABC Work Experience program. Good game.
Are you serious? You keep
Mentioned
Is that really what that
It
is?
was
Is
in
that
this
really
book.
what that piece of paper
Yeah.
is?
Look. Let's make sure there's nothing
shit.
on here.
Yeah, make sure there's
That's
No phone numbers or
amazing.
anything.
Amazing.
That's the reason that we met. This piece of paper was
Wow.
the reason that we met you.
There's Peter Burns is my mentor.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Peter Burns' mentor. I love
Yes!
I've never wanted to cry on this show.
It's adorable that I just fell out of that book. I asked you to have a notepad handy.
And I took
Your
so
desk.
many things out of it because I'm like, oh, these are all going to fall out. That didn't fall. That fell.
That's amazing.
Adorable.
And
What
there's
else
a really good
serendipitous?
My birth
chance.
certificate and my.
And there's a really good chance because of the heavy text that you were making, it now has a drawing of an Ood on the other side of it.
True.
Okay, fantastic. So we've done review. We've done what the fuck did you say to me? We've done photo recall. And even though this next segment isn't a Pete's Party Time segment, Pete, I feel like no list of Pete Party segments would be complete with that.
5 years for what you did. Do not forget what you did. Yes. No.
Yes.
It's a list.
It is a list, and it is the definitive top 5 greatest Marvel films of all time, as voted by William Yates, aka the Doctor of Who. So we thought
official.
we thought that we would give you the chance to put your stamp on the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Eventually you will direct one of these films, or at
Absolutely.
least color grade the trailers. But we wanted to give you the stamp to be able to show your
How wrong I
preference
am.
of the best ones. Of course, there's a lot of films that have been out there, and we're conscious of time, so we have cut them down a bit to have a shorter list. So
We've got the top 5 isolated.
Yeah, we've got the
for
top
you.
5. Yeah. So the first one on the list, and we'll give you these, and then you can just order them however you want. So the first one we've got here is Guardians of the Galaxy. The second one is Iron Man 2. The third one is the first Thor film. The second one is The Incredible Hulk. And the other one is Thor: The Dark World. So these
Good
are
luck, mate. Good bloody luck.
Good.
it's a good list, and we are running a bit late at the moment, so I feel like we should probably just lock one in
Let's lock
now.
in 5.
So let's lock in Guardians of the Galaxy at 5. And so all you need to do is decide the 4 definitive.
No, that's fair.
Better films than Guardians of the Galaxy, as voted by you, William Yates, aka the Doctor of Who.
No, that's pretty good. This is pretty good. This is close. This is close to my letterboxd
Yeah, good.
ranking. Okay.
I went to make it green. I forgot it's key. So that's what. That's locked in.
All right.
Walk us through it.
I think to get it to, I think the one that will definitely go straight to number 4 would probably be Thor 2. Thor 2's gone down. It's
You
gone down
think
to number
Thor
4.
2 is better than Guardians of the Galaxy? Wow. Okay, cool.
That's
Yeah.
really, that's really
amazing.
surprising, Will, and I'm disappointed to learn this information.
Well, Christopher Eccleston does wonders in that film. So
He's in that?
He is the bad guy. he
Plays
plays.
a
I'll be
Slytherin.
damned.
He plays it.
Right.
I'm a big fan. Although I will say, Thor 2: The Dark World ends with the Guardians of the Galaxy post-credit scene. So it's it's
Too late,
at least
locked in.
there. Yeah. Thor 2.
And Chris Hemsworth and Natalie Portman make out, so it's
do.
awesome for that reason too.
Cute. I would then. I don't know how much
That
more
is the one
movement.
Marvel film I've seen once, I think.
Yeah. No, I think
I
that
haven't
even,
seen. I never saw. I never saw Thor 2.
I scrubbed it on Netflix or Stan or something.
Yeah.
Which
It's not
one?
worth
Thor 2.
Or 2 to Dark World.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
never
yeah,
saw
it's rubbish.
it. Yeah. I would then. I think I'll swap. I do love Iron Man. There's some great moments in that. It's the first movie with Black Widow as well, which was a big deal. But I think
Coming in at 3 then.
I think at 3. It's popped down to 3.
right.
And I don't know if I can move anything else. Incredible Hulk possibly has more of an idea than Thor 1 does. Like, it was going for an espionage, like, cool kind of thriller thing. But I don't think it quite worked. So I think it stays at 2, and I think Thor 1 tops as the greatest Marvel film ever created.
God. Okay. We're putting that back down. I keep clicking on the vMix call. I'm like, that's not Photoshop.
William, Can I just get you to say, I'll turn the music off. Just if you could just look down the barrel and say, my name is William Yates, and these are my top Marvel films of all time.
My name is William Yates, and these are my top Marvel films of all time. Guardians of the Galaxy at number 5. Thor: The Dark World at number 4, which is very difficult to say. So
Please try not to laugh. Please try not to laugh your way through this very seriously.
Yeah, no, totally.
Come on, guys, come on.
Number 3 is Iron Man 2, which is it's a phenomenal film. Like you could pick Iron Man 1, but they hadn't quite nailed it. Like not all the elements were in place. There wasn't a villain that was interesting. I think Iron Man 2 really nailed it with a villain that was a big fan of birds. And then number 2, Incredible Hulk. Incredible film. And then number 1, of course,
in the
Thor
title.
1. Yeah, how can you go past it? Thor 1. Nails
I
it.
love that, and the big movie poster with Thor 1 on it. Like, this is the first of the Thors.
Yeah, the only... well, here's the thing. Iron Man's the only one that actually has numbers next to it, but that's okay. In this list, Thor has numbers.
And I will say, if you ever try to leave us for a job at Marvel, I will send them this list.
This is how we keep you
I'm going to change my letterbox ranking right now because I clearly had an epiphany.
Mac and Dagda says, he's not your mentor anymore. You don't have to do this. Reese Wild says, blink if you're under duress, Will. Miss Silver says, why are you letting this happen?
No, this is
Marsupius says, Will, do you need the police?
That man does. I think he does.
Well, thank you very much for that, Will. That's a great list. And thank you very much for the first edition of Pete Will's Party Time.
Will's Party, yeah. It's Will's Party time.
This is Pete with too much coffee in him.
Such a good version.
Thanks, guys.
It needs to be a little bit worse than the other one, right?
Oh, that's true. That's true. Happy birthday, dude.
Happy birthday,
man. Love
Thank you so
working with
much.
you. It's your first birthday with LokiCat as well.
That's true. It's true.
It's not the first birthday we've celebrated with you.
No.
But usually we get to eat the cake, so
That's true. Sorry.
You got a whole
This is
segment
the
in the
worst
middle. I
birthday
didn't even get that.
It's all there.
this is the worst birthday we've celebrated with you because we
This is the worst Will's birthday we've ever had.
Yes, indeed.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
It's the worst birthday for everyone. Happy birthday, Will. Thank you very much for being a wonderful friend and colleague.
Thank you, guys.
All right, let's move on now to our ad break, and we'll be back with more Back Pocket action after this.
Are you coming?
Well, I already did once, and we're going to see how that turns out.
Hey. Hey yourself. Hi, honey. Hello.
Next time you want a mint, reach for a Deafmint.
Disclaimer, deaf mints aren't actually mints. Eating a deaf mint is tantamount to and quite literally is cannibalism. Where would you even start? If you were going to eat a human starting with the head, that means you're straight up copying a mouthful of hair, and that's no way to eat a person. You should start with the feet, nibbling on each individual toe just to get used to the taste of human flesh. Then work your way up to the ankle. The shin is mainly just bone, so you won't fill up too fast like bread at the start of a meal. Then it's just one mouthful at a time until you get to the neck, and yes, now you're heading into head territory,
But by this time it should all seem pretty normal, and you're thinking, well, I've just consumed a whole man. What harm is a small amount of hair going to do to me now?
Deafmints, available at the candy aisle in all participating supermarkets.
I see a bunch of familiar names in the chat. And Nicrotex, who we've drawn a logo for, said just
Before the stream started, got my ice cream, got my weighted blanket, let's go. It feels like a very snug way to watch.
It's a very safe space to be in to watch a very naughty show. I'm going to infiltrate that weighted blanket.
What the hell? Amazing. Amazing. That's when we realized he had a great sense of humor.
My God, it's just perfect. It's just perfect.
It's a perfect moment. Thank you very much to Amira, 1012, Nicrotex, and Deafmints for your continued patronage over at patreon.com/backpocket. For your word from our sponsors and the commercial there as well. And you saw us in there as well a little tease for the 12-minute Game Club. The entire playthrough is available on our YouTube page, and it is by far the actually, with Sea of Thieves, I was going to say the shortest Game Club game we've had, but the full playthrough of the game with multiple endings is up there right now, and it's 4 hours and 40 minutes. So you could easily watch that between now and literally this time tomorrow night when we're doing the Game Club official to be able to be all caught up if you don't want to play the game yourself and know all the things that were making me make those faces. All right, let's go to our final segment for the evening, a little something we like to call very good gameplay.
Very good gameplay because we're presented by Avexia.
Prevented by Avexia.
Prevented by Avexia.
Yeah, you just got to put some cream on very good gameplay. And, it'll go.
I still love that you use the good game font for that. That's very clever. Very clever.
You just don't want to get sued by a font.
Very good gameplay this evening is a game that not only we're going to play, but there's an opportunity for you guys to play as well, because we've actually got 8 codes of this game to give away, because this game is made by friend of the show, Matt Trobiani, who is the one-man band creator behind the Australian international indie hit Hacknet. And Hacknet, a fantastic game. We met Matt through Good Game. And he has a new game out right now called Wrestle Dunk Sports. It is It is a party sports game. It is a ton of fun, and we thought that this is probably the perfect place to be playing this game. We've got 8 codes to give away, and I feel like we should just give away 4 right now. Big Ben, if you could help us
or in the lobby.
do a Nightbot roll, that would be fantastic. What did we say the command was? It's going to be !dunk.
Dunk?
Dunk.
That's good.
Is going to be the command there. We're going oh god, I died. We're going to give away 4 codes now, and then we'll give away 4 codes at the end of the segment. So when everyone's just putting dunk in there, I assume it's fine to start putting it in now? Yeah, it's fine. Just put !dunk.
Chaos method. Chaos method. It's always good.
Yeah. And then we'll do a random Nightbot roll. We'll pick 4 people. Big Ben will send you 4 codes, and then we'll jump into this delightful game. Pete, tell us a little bit about Wrestle Dunk Sports.
Wrestle Dunk Sports is a very charming, beautifully packaged little mini game ensemble. Here we are in the menus, where we play as these kind of like stick figures. You can swap out outfits. You can jump. You can dunk yourself.
How do I change my outfit?
If you see me, you can just bumpers, or you can go down and dive on that button. Now you see all of the directions that you need to know.
Excuse me.
Hello.
Hello.
Lovely. We look like we're about to go on a date, Stephanie.
Yeah, but I would never wear that.
I guess what I'm wearing.
Oh yeah, this is me.
You basically I think the idea must have spawned from wonderful. The idea must have spawned from let's take the Pong paddles. And dress it up and reinvigorate it and
build much better games around it.
And build actual games around it as opposed to a table tennis simulator with 70s technology. So I think we pick teams by choosing the side that we go on here.
Right. Okay, cool.
So
over here.
Yep.
For a second you went the other way. I was like, that's fine.
I was just
Chaotica89 in the chat has won a code. Reese Wild has won a code.
Awesome.
Lollyholic has won a code.
Hey.
And the last person winning code is Scuba Steve.
Scuba Steve.
Codes given away.
All right, so we jump on and or vote?
I don't know if we vote or if I have full control. You can change the colors of the teams, which is pretty cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and when I was like, because Matt sent us codes, which was lovely of him, and I was like, I would be we should check it out and see if it's going to be fun to play on the show. I booted it up, and then I sent the other codes to the guys and was like, so we'll play this game on the show. And they're like, have you played the game yet? And I was like, well, I played the menu. And I was like, this is all I need to see to know this is going to be fun to play.
And we did mock you for that, but now I totally see why that was appropriate.
So there's wrestling, there's smash ball, there's fencing, and there's volleyball. And I think we'll start with volleyball because it's the clearest idea for would you mind of what these things are and can do, and what you can do with control in the game. And it seems that when you finish an arena, you unlock kind of variants on that arena. So this is the standard volleyball arena. Oh, nice spike.
I would suggest just triggers work really well for this, just left and right. So basically tilt body left and right. And so spike is when you do a little headbutt, and then dig is when you lean back and Steph,
sorry, I was just listening to you.
No, that's rare cell phone.
Oh, it's not that rare.
Second cell phone.
So it's a little kick, and then
it's a third cell phone in a row. They're not rare at all.
I should have been in front.
Nice.
I played APS volleyball. I should know what to do.
What's APS?
All right, you stick up the
back. Good job. Good job, Gus. You saved it.
That was bad. To be honest,
I
thought I was you. I thought I was you.
No, me too.
Steph, what are you
stick
doing?
up the back. You stick up the back.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so
you
it's fine.
Hit the ball.
Stop getting angry.
Just try and maybe hit the ball next time.
Okay.
Good. Oh, Steph, we got this. Back to you.
Oh,
no!
And it's
nice.
It's on you at the back. Good digging, Steph. Good digging.
I was
gotta go
on the right spot. Not right spot.
I appreciate that there's the umpires are the similar body shape. And spike! Oh, no.
They're adorable, and they react
I didn't
so
expect
nice
it to bounce off the back tree.
How pretty are these little arenas? Oh, no, I missed it so good.
Dad bod Gus got a little too excited. And then spike!
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 Oh, man.
Well done.
Look at the little crying thing that it does when you miss it.
Steph, do you want to switch? You go up the front.
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
You go up the front. Go up the front. I think Steph, you fucked it. Yeah, you fucked it.
Oh, no.
Nice.
Give it some kicks. Give it some kicks.
Nice.
You're still tilting down. You go for the
that's right. It's opposite to what I think it is. Yeah. It's like a joystick. You have to pull left trigger to pull back on it. Got it.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, we've got this, Steph. I'll stay at the back. You get in the net. You do some cheeky spikes.
Got it.
Get the ball in play. Yeah, we'll watch them fall apart.
God, it comes down
apart. They don't know what's going on. Steph, you get up on the net. Get up on the net. Yeah, get up there. Yeah, get some spikes going.
Get up there.
Yeah, let them make their own mistakes. 8 apiece.
8 apiece, 8 apiece.
Make their own mistakes.
Oh, APS volleyball flashbacks.
Stop saying APS volleyball.
What are you talking about?
Victorian.
Something private school?
Yeah, totally.
A private school.
Whoa, that was a good one.
Oh my god. Okay.
We got this.
Up on the net.
We got this.
Give it some headbutts.
Oh, the spike! I'm unconscious! I got spiked on!
Good Steph.
I got spiked on!
Here it goes. We're back in. Game's happening.
Oh,
amazing.
You gotta win by 2. That's
Nice,
the APS
Nick.
rules.
Oh my gosh. It moves so quickly.
Fuck,
It moves
holy
super-
smokes.
It
Wait,
moves super quickly.
we get another arena?
So that's the cool thing. Let's change arena
Netless?
and do one more volleyball.
Yeah. No, we're
Yeah.
gonna do best out of 3 volleyball. Best out of 3 every game.
Okay.
Oh, man.
So
Look at those
there's
ads
Netless.
winking at me.
Oh, hang on. Wait. What does people?
Wait.
I didn't do that.
Maybe it was audit. Maybe it was
Oh, now
audit
it's
time.
raining.
Hang on,
Does
hang
the
on.
weather does the weather affect it?
I'm gonna back us out because I want to do that
Yeah,
again.
cool.
Yeah.
Netless.
Same teams.
Same team. Over here, Steph.
Oh, that was
Moving
hectic.
Moving through. Volleyball.
I love the
and
way
we'll do-
and I'll just pick volleyball.
We'll do.
Court
No.
netless. There you go. Yeah, you were doing it for the triggers. Yeah.
So.
Oh wait, no, you
No,
did court again.
No. We're doing roof drop. So so what's roof drop?
I go. Oh no.
Oh.
We're all back.
It wanted us to do.
the
It
wrong
wanted us to
thing.
do netless. No.
Steph, over here. Why are you changing teams all of a sudden?
Get on the floor. Everybody do the dinosaur.
All right, we all go in. Yeah, it's Pete. When you do it, it's court, and then you press netless. There you
No,
go.
but there's 3. There's 3.
Oh,
There's 3.
There's just
There's
court
only
and
2.
netless.
We're only seeing 2. We only see 2 because you have clearly unlocked one that we don't have access to.
Right. Sure.
Gotcha.
Cool. So
Wait,
netless
how do you
is
play volleyball without a net?
Netless, what the fuck?
This
It's just
is-
a line.
This is chaos, but you can run across it.
What? No. What?
Oh no.
Oh my god.
Does it become like a
Oh my
foul
God.
if you go across though?
Oh, good. Yes.
Okay. Steph, we're gonna play both sides.
So-
You stay
Okay.
at the middle. I'll stay at the back.
Yeah.
Gotta keep. Oh god. Yeah, I'll serve. You stay up there. That's good. Don't cross the line,
missed
Steph. We'll keep it
entirely.
hectic. They don't even know what's happening.
I know.
Keep going.
You justifiably thought I was going to hit it because I
Keep
was
it going,
in the
Steph. Go
air.
up on the net.
There is no net. This is netless.
It's netless.
This is not APC football or whatever.
Serves up.
Oh, I missed it again. What am I doing?
Go for spikes.
Go for spikes.
Yes.
Nice.
Oh, Steph, we were
Little
born to
faces.
play APS netless volleyball.
Netless.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nick boy with the headbutt.
Oh, that came back too
It's
fast.
the
That came back
height.
too
It's all
fast.
about height, baby.
Here comes the serve.
Boom.
Good fake out. Good fake
Jump to reach it.
So you can throw the ball way up high right at the start as well.
I'm gonna get on that side. I'm gonna go mess things up. What am I doing over here now?
Oh, get it.
What am I doing?
Get back to your right side.
Oh my gosh, what were you doing? You left me alone there, man. You left me alone there.
No, we get it.
We can't handle the netless people.
I want to see what happens if I get there before they. I think that was an own goal.
You can do it.
Good, Steph. It's good. I'm over there. Oh, what are they doing? Mine. They're
Nice.
Good.
Okay. Net. Pretend the net.
What if we let's build a tower? Come and. Oh, can you start? You can start.
Yes!
You better serve. Oh, they're gonna serve us.
No!
Yes.
Oh,
Where am I?
it's the bounce off the back wall I can't handle.
Hurry up.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yes. Steph, we're running away with it.
Match point,
Come on,
match
we got so many of these.
Oh my gosh, we nailed it. Okay, I have the hang of it now. I have the hang of it
Now
now.
we can do. Now we might be able to. Did you guys just unlock roof drop?
Roof drop?
Yeah.
All right, let's try roof drop. That's why I kicked us out before because
Netless
I tried
is
to launch roof drop. I think
This
is fucked. You guys have got to hit A for rematch.
Can you imagine if there was a sport where if the other team were taking a while to serve, someone just ran over from the other side and just smacked it out of their hand? Rematch.
Sorry. Everyone.
I think it unreadies you if everyone's not ready within a certain time.
I've got rematch arena rooftop. I'm going to press X.
No, stop,
don't hit X. Stop hitting X.
Yeah. Only Pete controls arenas.
Yeah. You keep changing the arena on us.
Gotcha.
All right, rematch is right. What the? Hang on.
Everyone's pressing X. We're all shooting confetti.
Stop hitting X. Gus, stop hitting X. Only hit A.
Oh god, it's Halo. It's Halo 2 days.
We've done it. Oh, that's the meta
That was
game,
the
right?
hardest
That's the Halo 2 lobby.
Wait, we're not even in Roof Drop. Are we in Roof Drop?
Yes, I think we are. So
There's a roof.
There's a roof, and it's going to get lower probably as we.
Oh, fuck, that's messed up.
That's a good spike. Good spike.
Thank you. Go for the serve, Steph. Oh, cheeky serve. Yeah, and then up.
Oh, nice.
That's
That's
called a chuka in volleyball. You jump and spike.
Chuka that. Yeah, well, chuka mate.
that.
Yeah,
Chuka that. Fuck. Oh, it's no.
You chuka yourself.
I did.
Self-chuck.
You've clearly played all. You know your volleyball well.
Yeah, I see. You know your
Right,
volleyball.
I'll take back.
Okay,
You take
okay.
net. Yeah, good. Just get up there. Oh,
Nice.
Spike, Nick boy.
I got greedy.
good at that.
That's
that
on me,
roof is
Steph.
getting
That's on
lower.
me.
That is
Gosh.
getting a low. No! We're gonna get crushed. This is some Indiana Jones stuff. The roof. It's so low.
And nice.
Steph coming up.
Off the roof.
I shouldn't have come back.
The old confusey ball, Ace.
Oh,
The old Ace ball.
Confusey ball.
Too early. I don't know what's going on. Oh, who cares? Keep the serving.
started
Keep it
so
going.
strong.
Yes, nice.
Oh, you can still dive. I forgot you can dive.
No!
I dove to the wrong side. No, I can't get over now.
Can't get over.
Oh god, it's seminal.
Oh my god.
How?
Steph, serve it.
No, I can't.
Coming back over.
Oh my gosh. No!
Oh
Yes.
Oh man.
That's why you gotta stick with your team, Goose Mangus. Old chuka.
Nice.
Not a
The
piece,
comeback.
not a piece, not a
Oh,
piece.
what a close game. What a close game.
Serve. Oh,
This is disgusting.
Oh no!
Fuck.
Oh god, Nick boy.
oh, did the old Netty Hopperoonie over here? Oh, whose team's he on? Oh wait, what? The ball's still going.
No, what? This is some bullshit.
Okay, next game.
That was first to 10. Why do we have to get to 11?
You
Do you
get to
start
11,
on
you get
0? Or you start on 1?
No. That's 11's pretty standard.
Yeah.
11's standard.
Should we? What's next? I'm going to change into something more befitting.
Are
I'm
you
going
just
to put a
looking for something
tuxedo
a
on.
little more comfortable?
Allow me to-
Yeah.
Tuxedo. Oh,
John
Peter.
McClane.
My outfit is business on the bottom, but party on the top.
So
You can.
And I'm drowning on the Titanic. That's my.
If you move slow enough, you can slide. But if you go a little bit faster,
Gareth
you go,
is like
and strut your stuff.
He's Jeff Goldblum
All right, Steph, come right.
in Jurassic Park.
You boys go. Come right. Yeah.
All right. Backwards hats versus.
All right, let's read.
It's partners
Let's
v
wrestle.
partners.
Partners v partners. We're wrestling in the stadium.
I love diving into this thing like this.
Damn it.
Oh no.
We gotta practice this because this is what wrestling is. All right.
How does this work?
Dive, reflect, spin.
We just got to dunk each other.
Ah.
Twirly. What's the goal? What's the goal?
To dunk on each other. It's wrestling.
Oh, you just need to jump on each other.
Oh,
Holy
you
you
shit.
dive. And you can bounce off the side.
Oh
the
my
ropes.
god.
Whoa.
Off the rope.
Oh wow.
Oh my
That's
god.
crazy. Oh my god.
Oh, ow, crushed.
Oh,
nice. You pinched
Off
me.
the
Well
rails.
done.
Oh my god.
Well done,
How
well
fucking
done.
epic is this?
Oh, no, holy wow.
I mean, this is the squish. This is where the name
That's
Wrestle
a very
Dunk comes
satisfying
from.
squish.
Crush him, Peter, crush him.
Crush him.
Crush him with your giant abs.
Yes! Yes! Off the rope, Nick.
The skills.
Crush him.
Doing?
Oh,
Good, Nick. Good.
Go, Steph. Oh, you got this.
I thought I died.
You're good. You're good. You got this. It's. Oh, good deflection. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, no.
That was a great guy. I'm sorry, I'm screaming so much.
Is this a shadow dive? No.
Oh, Steph, that's bollocks. That's bollocks.
No, it wasn't. It was great. It was perfect.
That was
Gus
a
may have
sick
been
play.
APC volleyball, but I was WWF wrestling in high school.
Changing the letters. Or you can do a twirly in the air.
USPC.
HPC.
Yes.
Nice.
Oh man.
Oh,
Oh, double dunk.
Double dunk, the rare double dunk.
That's an illegal move, and you know it.
That is.
No!
That's what happened to Mickey
careful,
Rourke,
careful,
the
careful.
wrestler.
Oh, that was a good deflection. Good deflection.
Couple of twirly boys.
This is a dance. A dance of death.
Oh, good swish.
It is a dance of death.
Bum.
No!
Bum.
Boom. Nope.
I was in the air without having like control for
Yes!
like 3
Oh, nice,
seconds.
Steph,
Yeah,
nice
Steph. All right, let's.
No!
Yes, Gus.
Nice.
Oh, you can't twirl while you're crushing, so it's a good
Revengeance.
opportunity to get in there and do a squishy.
Yeah. That's how you beat Steph before. I was watching. Oh,
That's how I beat you then. Twirly, Nick.
That's
do
how
a
I
signature
beat you
move.
then.
Yes. Do my signature move. Here we go. Yeah, fucking.
oh,
Fuck my tits. Jesus Christ.
oh my God, you're fucking so good at this. Holy
Steph,
shit.
you're so good at this.
You're baiting out attacks and stuff. They'll just spend the night
the
watching
stand-up.
each other.
Stand
Yeah.
up.
Wobble.
I love how it's like it's such a wait, and then when the action starts, it's just like
This could be an
for a second.
this could be an esport.
This is better than most esports. This is better than any esport I've hosted.
Oh, what happened? Oh,
Gus, so close.
Well done. Oh, just a pylon, hoping someone's
Yeah.
under there. You're like, up.
no!
Okay, it's just Pete.
Oh god.
Oh, Peter,
Just
avenge me.
clipped the
Shall we
edge of
dance?
my little rectangular body.
You can't get me. I'm bouncy.
Ab against dab.
Come on.
It's so hard to anticipate moves in this.
Oh! And because for those watching,
Nice, well done.
when you spin, you can't break out of the spin until it's done. So that was good.
No, that was huge.
That was an epic.
That was from the,
That was like
from the ceiling.
The like absolute maximum height you could be.
I'm all about the big
Oh my
slams.
God.
Yeah,
Well done, well
Dicky
done.
Boy, 6 apiece.
Oh, aggressive start. That would get you booed. You're,
Oh, that was
you're like
you.
the Undertaker. Yeah, I'm
No!
Yeah, Gus is the
Double
heel.
kill.
Gus is
Double
the
kill.
heel.
Well done, well done.
Oh no!
Yes!
Lined up under them. Why?
No,
Oh, what?
good defense. I don't know. You must have been on the back end of a spin there.
Yeah.
Oh, again, Gus.
You gotta watch out. I come out of nowhere and then BAM!
Protected by the
Wonder.
rope? Oh, nice! Oh,
Oh my god.
Oh, rip.
Nice! Nick, get him! Yes! Yes! And a piece, and a
Very
piece, and a
good,
piece.
very good.
Oh my god.
Divide and conquer, Nick. Divide and conquer. Oh my god, who just stood on... Steph stood on me for a
That was me.
Who just stood on me?
Steph stood on me and awoken something, and I'm like, let's focus on the wrestling.
I did him a trust you.
Yes.
Nice.
Well done, well done.
we got
Oh my gosh, we're so close.
Oh, wait.
Oh, no. No. Oh, good.
Yes!
Good.
Damn, what a comeback. Oh my gosh.
Holy fucking shit.
That's not a thing.
The physics on that didn't even make sense.
No!
You crushed me with your
Oh my gosh,
ankles.
Peter, it's all you.
Get him, Nick,
It's
get
all
him,
you,
Nick, get
Peter.
him.
Peter.
Get him, Nick, get him.
Crush him, Peter.
Match
Crush him, Peter.
point, baby.
So much like...
Good deflection, good deflection. Yeah!
There's like a little bit of stickiness. There's a little bit of stickiness when you're like attached to each other.
Oh, wow.
So
We
cool.
both spun, and I just ended up on the bottom of the spin. So as it started coming down, I'm just like, no.
It's like an action movie where the bad guy gets like pushed down to the bottom as they both fall.
Oh, it's
Again,
so
again,
fun.
again.
So
Are you wrestling
fun.
again, or do you want to do?
What's a mega?
That's just another arena.
It's just a different arena.
Is it netless?
God.
Is it
Netless.
All right, Gussie, come over here, mate.
let's do
So
this.
Bobo Gargle says, this is great. I was dubious at first. So good. I have tears in my eyes. Amazing. What a game. This is amazing.
Oh man, I have so much like adrenaline in me for this weird
know.
rectangle
where am I?
like block game.
All right. The only
Fencing? Fencing.
Yep. And
is this going to be like, what's that game, the pixel game where you're fencing? Nidhogg, yeah. Is this going to be like that, maybe?
This is a lot like Nidhogg.
Everyone walk to the edge. Everyone walk to the edge, and then just do a little...
I'm going to do a run inside. No.
Oh my god. Okay. So how does it attack? Throw. It's totally Nidhogg. Oh my god.
Yeah.
One of the greatest games of all time.
Oh my gosh.
Steph, you and I have a history with this game.
Okay. I played too aggressively. Too
up and
aggressively.
down with the sword. Up and down with the sword.
Up and down the sword.
Okay, it totally is
I can't.
Nidhogg.
Okay, right. Yep. I know the limits.
No,
you just fell off the map.
I thought there was a platform on the above at the back feet.
Kill him and get the inheritance.
Why are there still two commentators? Yes, in the brain.
Went for the throw.
Oh, the arena changes. That's cool.
Yeah, and the swords. The swords are still there. Oh, you took that sword.
Oh, no! I jumped into it.
No.
Nice one. Nice one, Nick.
I'm not playing it. Oh.
Yeah, good, Pete. Put it low. Wedge it in your abs. Yeah.
Wedge it in your
abs. Yeah.
Wait, there's actually okay, yeah, sorry, there's the attack.
I completely missed the attack.
I threw my sword!
Oh my gosh, terrible.
What happened?
Yeah, but you won.
Oh, I got no sword. What do you mean? We're on the same team.
Yeah.
Oh no, but you won that round because...
He fell off the edge. Okay, yeah, I get it now. I get the attack.
Just up and down.
Oh, I landed on a sword.
Yeah.
Nice.
Just a diagonal diving attack.
Oh, I love the map. The map
How do you do that?
Progressing is so cool.
Oh, you can skewer.
Yeah,
jump.
You can jump and
attack.
Jump and stab. Jump and stab.
Jump and dive.
Go get it, Pete.
What?
Oh,
Steph. Oh my god, Steph. Finish him.
Yes. Oh, no! I didn't attack quick enough.
Yeah.
I could have done the jump and dive.
Back, baby.
Oh, Nick.
Jumped into that.
Oh god,
I'm going to stab him.
I need a sword. Peter, we don't have swords.
Can you deflect them?
Swords.
I think you can deflect them is the idea. I don't have a sword. Truce?
Neither of us did. Look at your
How
face.
about a parlay? How about a parlay?
Little needle. What's happening? Wait, what? Oh my gosh. You can't like drop your guard for a second.
Oh, Gus, jump on my head. We'll be unbeatable.
Oh my god.
Oh, good dive.
Got it.
Oh my god.
Abs for days.
That was amazing. That was so good. Well done.
Jesus Christ. Okay, should we check out what was the last one?
The last game mode? Smash Ball, I think it's called.
Holy fucking shit. This is the most fun party game I've played in so long.
I feel
the best part is you haven't even worked out who the imposter is.
Who am I? Oh, Peter.
With me, Smash Ball.
Everyone up to the edge. No jumping in. No, back to the edge. Everyone on the edge. And on three, we dive in. 1, 2, 3, in we go. Well done, everyone. I'm proud. What? Space?
So this is... Remember when I said Pong doesn't exist?
It's Pong.
In a way.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh my god!
No.
So it's got a bit of brick. It's got a bit of brick break in it as well.
Oh, triggers. Is it? No, there's just kick.
You can
fire a charge shot. So someone has it
building up a backpack.
So you do a more powerful shot if you get that. I think it can break a brick in one shot. Just smashed us over.
You charge, and then you can do if you get your backpack full. Oh my god!
Nice, Steph. Good.
Huge. Huge. Holy shit.
Nice, they got a hole in there.
Oh my god.
Let's get in there.
I got KO'd.
No. What is happening with the ball? It's getting smashed. That's the first point. Okay, first to 6.
Oh my god. Wait, I don't have the energy.
Yes.
Oh shit, we lost that point after working so hard.
Wait, I laughed so hard I disconnected my controller.
That doesn't pause it.
I don't have any control. There we go. Okay, back.
You're right, you're back. Oh my god.
What is happening? Oh, the slow and steady wins the race.
Oh, the
so
double
pass.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
no.
There's a point.
I'm confused. You hit A to hold the charge and then you X to fire it. Do you have to keep holding A until you...
You hold both to charge, and then...
Oh, and then it just works.
And then you hit with it, and then you hit with the charge shot.
Oh my god.
Steph.
Right, okay, I see.
Oh no!
But the ball is also
really
just picking
backfired.
up momentum.
The ball is so good.
Like Pong, like the multiple clean hits in a row.
This is nothing
Steph.
like Pong, Peter, and you know it.
I mean...
Oh, hang on, Nick. I thought I was going for the serve there. Could have done a power serve.
Yes, I probably could.
It's on our side.
Oh,
through the
yes, it's through.
Nice.
And it's through. Quick charge, Nick, charge. Build that thing with OJ.
Oh, you hold it to charge. I see.
And then that gives you a twirly kick, I think.
Okay.
But if you twirly kick with nothing there, that gives you the chance to take the ball to like ultra speed without it having to pick up momentum.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I'm trying to like charge my thing and protect this brick at the same time.
Yes.
Oh, no.
I'm just not getting there. It's hard to focus.
New map.
So charge up, Nick.
It's like every 2 goals.
And then hold fully charge and then do a spinning kick.
Yeah.
But can you direct it?
I'm going to try.
Jesus!
Oh, that thing in the middle. It's
oh no!
Oh, what?
It's a bouncer in the middle.
It is too.
Oh, I missed my charge shot. Oh, nice!
Yes. On goal, on me.
Cell phone.
On goal.
Those nuts are rare in this game.
Gus, stop charging, Gus!
Yes!
Gus, stop charging!
Oh, Gus went for the greedy charge.
Oh!
And then I go in. Oh my god!
You just put a hole in your own wall with
that. No, not like this.
Not like this.
Not like this.
Come on, baby. Oh, we got this, Steph. We got this.
No.
We got breathing room.
God,
oh no, it's a new wall.
I made a mess of
It's a new wall. We took too long. Those things are gonna. What is happening?
God, oh my god!
What is happening? Oh yes, we've breached. We've breached.
No,
we've breached.
We've breached. Oh, we can go anywhere we want.
Yes. We can go anywhere we want.
Oh my gosh.
We want to hear before winning match point.
That is so hard to focus on charging your shot and be protecting the wall and trying to see where the ball is and move yourself. Like there's so many. My brain was like
the
operating at
opening
50% during that. It was like too much to compute.
That opening point was mental. I don't think that was insane.
Yeah, that was a long rally.
Why did we get such a long rally of charged shots? Does it just stay charged until it
stays charged,
breaks?
I think. Yeah, that's what I.
Right. Okay.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that is incredible. So that is. So we've got 4 more codes to give away. So let's.
And if you don't get a code, it's not super expensive.
$13.50 on
party
Steam,
game. So
and it's on
yeah,
Switch
$13.50.
right now. Yep, it's 10% off right now at $13.50. It's on Switch. It's on Steam. Exclamation mark dunk to get in the raffle to win right now in chat. And Matt Trobiani is the developer, and he is an awesome dude. We should make it clear. We are not being paid to say any of this. But if you go to on Twitter at ORANN, ORANN, that's him. Just go there and say this game's very fun. If you think that, give him a little bit of support because he hooked us up with all the codes to give away to you guys tonight and for the show as well. Oh my god, what a friggin' game! Jesus.
Someone Snuggy in the chat saying this reminds me of Snipper Clips. Yeah, if the Nintendo dev was doing like lines of Coke per day, Snipper Clips is such a calm, quiet, happy little game, and this is just like faster, faster, faster.
And
So
Rough Puff in
funny.
the chat said, "What's it called?" Yes, it's called Wrestle Dunk Sports. There's also a demo available on Steam right now that you can download for free. But it's Wrestle Dunk, one word. Sports is the second word. Wrestle Dunk Sports. That is absolute madness.
That is great.
I was about to say, does it have
What
online
amazing fun.
Does it have online multiplayer? And then I forgot. Oh, that's right.
That's what
That's
we're
how
Co-op personified, like typified is like you just boot that thing up when you can have people around again and just be like, play this. It is just like, yeah, that is gold. That is
But
great.
also, like, what a great party game that you can play with friends who are like not gamers necessarily. You know what I mean?
Totally,
It's
yeah.
Easy
Well, I thought you
controls.
were just saying
Anyway.
also
functions per mode, yeah.
Yeah, and also who aren't there. Like the online functionality worked perfectly fine as you just saw. So it's like it's a couch co-op game, but yeah, if you can play it with the other way around.
Amelia Prop says, awesome. "Oh, same guy that did Hacknet." Yeah, like
better believe it.
Just a brilliant game designer, and what a pivot from Hacknet.
I was about to say, like, he's really spreading himself across some very different genres.
That is him. I just put his tweet in the chat, his Twitter in the chat. So go tell him that we sent you and give a thumbs up to him or something for that. We have some winners already. Slurpex86 won the giveaway. We've got that was the first winner, I think. So
Rectech AU.
Rectech AU won the giveaway.
There you go.
2 more codes coming out.
Perverse Gore.
Perverse Gore. That's a great name.
Good name.
Won the giveaway, and the final code is going to
Debro.
Debro 2792.
2792.
Amazing.
Debro, go get your other Debros and play a bit of that game together, because that is just a bloody good time.
That's a lot of fun, man.
That's great.
Like,
and when you do, Debro, get all your mates, line them up, and on 3, you'll just a little jump in. Okay? Keep it organized. Before the chaos of the game, just have some form of order before that happens, all right? Just a little, in your hop.
It's funny, like like I said, I kind of booted up the menu, and earlier today I kind of tested out the modes against AI and stuff, and I was like, this is really good, and it'll be a good laugh. But by God, I did not expect it to be that fun and funny.
Yeah, totally.
Totally. Middo fanfare in the chat. The jump in APS volleyball regulation. I'm just as astounded as you are. I did not think that would get through, but clearly it has. The game has changed.
So good. The game has changed. And that brings us to the end of the show for this evening. Thank you very much, everyone, for hanging out tonight, being a part of Back Pocket. A big happy birthday to Will, who's there right now. There's a little picture of Will on screen.
Here he is.
We've got a code for Will and Ben as well, so they don't miss out on the Wrestle Dunk action either. And that brings us to the end of the show. So, massive thank you to all the mods for helping make the Discord an amazing place, for helping make Twitch chat an amazing place. Gat, Syntax Arrow, Kit Carnage,
Amazing.
Liz Dahlia, Sitcat, Phoenix Alliance, Disturbed, Jax, Caboose, and What the Shark. Thank you so much for your continued support and just general amazinity. A massive thank you to all of our Back Pocket patrons as well. You are the reason that we can keep the lights on with this show and keep doing what we love to do, and that's just have fun on the internet with you guys. So thank you very much. Big thank you to our top stitchers, Reese, Orenishii, Tim, for the last show at this patronage level, because if you weren't watching the news, Tim is cashing out of the website,
the coding game,
the coding game, and so therefore he is selling his business. He's had enough of the hard grind. It just wants to drink pina coladas on the beach, and so he said, "Thank you so much for all the promotion that we gave him." Of course, he paid us for it, so we would be pretty awful at our jobs if we didn't give it to him. And so but he doesn't want to promote someone else's business anymore. So he's getting out of it, which means there is a top stitch spot available. If you want to sponsor the news, then you can jump in now and take that top stitch thing. And as Pete said, pretty much a guarantee that if you take that, your business will be sold for hundreds of millions of dollars, which I assume is what Tim sold his for.
But more importantly, you'll have an ad made with the same level of awkward marriage tension that we did for Tim. So you can expect something of that caliber if you do choose to weigh in at that tier as well.
The birth of a what the fuck did you just say to me?
Exactly.
Not too far away.
Elise 1000 says Tim is nude on a beach in Bali.
As he should be.
As he should be. I didn't get to the bottom of that list. Mason, Not Nathan, Slowpont, LokiCat, Raj, Akarash, Camo, Avexia, Nicrotex, Boxy, The Coastal City, Max Jazz Games, Vegabus, A. Timothy, and It's Jepp. Thank you very much to all the top stitchers. And all of you watching right now, if you want to join the Patreon, head to patreon.com/backpocket and backpocket.gg. Give you links to everything, including our socials at Backpocket Vids on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Big Ben handles all those accounts. Big Ben does the Lord's work.
He does. Big week this week has been and will continue to be for Back Pocket, because I was going to shout out, if anyone didn't catch last night, we did a stream where we watched along with the Destiny 2 showcase, which was these guys just absolutely loving every bit of it. Me sitting in the back seat, just quietly pretending he knew what was going on, but having a wonderful time as well. It was a really, really fun night actually by the end of it, and that's gone up on our YouTube channel as well. So if you want to go and watch that, or as well the interview that Steph had with the two devs from Bungie, that was wonderful, and some really, really lovely guys. So if you want to go and check that out, that is on the YouTube channel. Some really cool behind the scenes stuff from those guys, and then tomorrow we're back.
We're back tomorrow night around this time.
Around now.
Yeah, we're going to be doing our game club wrap up of 12 minutes.
I don't think I've been more excited to have a discussion about a game club game than this game.
Yeah. It's the opposite of our It Takes Two one, where we're all gushing about how much it made us happy people. This is going to hopefully be one of those nice, divisive bits of Discord where we all have interesting opinions, etc. And if you haven't finished the game,
see what Steph says.
I'm trying not to let any opinions that are very obviously out there affect my experience of it, but I'm enjoying it so far.
They're not all negative. They're just strong opinions in all sorts of areas, I think.
It will just leave you with a feeling, like for sure. Like it might be good one, might be bad. It's just like like the game. The game does things where you're just like, you did it, you did that. So all right.
BMAX says
spoilers, but that feeling
It Takes Two sucks.
BMAX
Whatever,
sucks.
man. Whatever, man.
Hey, come on.
Love you,
and, like, no spoilers, but that feeling can be indifference. That can be just as painfully like full on as the other two ends of the spectrum. And there's that as well. So there's all sorts of opinions to come at. So we'll be doing that tomorrow night from 9 o'clock on this same Twitch channel. You can go and watch the full playthrough, as Nick said, as well, and or just play the game between now and then, because you got heaps done.
Yeah, it's not that long. And Spiceman 2000 says, but can you fucking conga? And that seems like a good tagline to take us out. So let's back it out into the post show sponsored by Raj. Can you fucking conga?
I conga backwards.